I couldn't see that. Welcome in, everybody. It is Talk Time with Tammy and Friends right here on Fox Valley Afternoons. Nancy French is joining us from Dallas, Texas. I look like I'm at the beach if you're watching on YouTube, but I am not. I am in Dallas, Texas. It's just a mirage. That's okay. We have to feel like we have a beach happening at some point, right? I'm at the beach today.
Yeah.
What's happening, Miss Nancy? What's in Nancy's glass? What's Nancy drinking today?
What's Nancy drinking today?
She's got some blueberries in some water. And with ice.
No, not water.
It's not water? What is it?
No, it's sparkling.
Sparkling vodka?
You know what? That's a drink that I don't know if they have sparkling vodka.
I don't know, but I think we should invent
That's a good idea.
Here we go.
Right?
Let's
then
go.
You don't have to add any,
No,
Anyway,
blueberries. You could add blueberries and ice.
yeah, you could. It is LaCroix blueberry seltzer soda water, whatever it is.
All right then. And
with fresh blueberries in it.
Fresh blueberries, good. Because, stale blueberries would be bad in that. But fresh blueberries, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Is it tasty?
Oh, you see anything else besides?
I do. I see a new clock in your future. You know what? I thought it was kind of small, too.
It's small. I tried to put it over there.
No, it'd be too small up there, wouldn't it?
It's a tiny little teeny thing, but I am enjoying it right here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Mrs. Scully.
You're welcome.
For providing me the real time.
And it's atomic, so you don't have to set it ever. I thought you'd have to climb up there.
And what is this atomic? I know I almost sent you a picture of the instructions.
Why is it that?
Atomic. It's going to link with the atomic something.
Yeah,
What is this? Another common fact that I do not know.
What, the satellite in the sky that sets everybody's clock?
I don't know anything about that.
Girlfriend, I do not buy a clock unless it sets itself anymore. I do not.
Seriously? Did you know about this atomic blah, blah, blah?
I have several. I have them all over the house. I don't buy,
Really?
none of my clocks, I never set them. Because, daylight savings time, blah, 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 blah. It's like a pain in the butt.
Okay, now this one has a little switch for daylight savings time. Does
right.
That mean...
So you got to set that, and then.
Oh my gosh, Tammy, really?
Yeah, you have to push that button. Yes, Nancy, you do have to push that button. Wait, we're on daylight savings time right now,
Not
right?
Not yet.
Well, that happens in March.
That happens in 2 weeks. Is that right?
Yeah,
I
think March something.
8th, maybe.
Yeah, it's coming up pretty quick.
March 9th.
But so we're in regular Central Time right now. We're going into daylight savings time. That means we are falling ahead, right? Spring ahead, right? So instead of it being 2 o'clock right now, it would be 3 o'clock right now, and right. Okay. And then it's supposed to.
Yes.
Then the thought is they want to keep it there. Like, can we keep it at daylight savings time?
I would like to, personally. I think that's such a crazy, weird thing that not everyone does that.
Well, there's only a couple states that don't. Arizona and I forgot Hawaii, Alaska or something like that.
Right, and why don't we just be them?
We could be them. Trump wants to do it. He said he wanted to do it, but who knows?
One thing that I think is okay.
No, you had another thing. I heard you say you liked something else he thought of. I can't remember what it was though, and you're like, no, getting rid of pennies. You're like,
getting rid of pennies.
I am in on
I'm for that. Yay!
You're done counting pennies?
I'm done counting pennies.
I don't know. I'm kind of sad.
Come on,
are we gonna get rid of pennies?
They're annoying.
Is it like cursive? Is it going by the wayside like cursive?
And also just change in general is annoying.
Change in general?
Yeah.
Oh, you
your
want
nickels,
just dollar bills?
Your dimes.
Or did you mean like change, like don't ever change, that kind of thing?
I meant like nickels, dimes, and quarters.
Okay. All right.
I have a thing, now that we don't use that very often, that currency, right?
Nobody does.
Nobody does. We use, and I don't know what costs under $1 anymore. I don't think how much cost,
No, it's going to be $1 plus, whatever it is.
$1 plus. And then of course, I guess the part of that, the part of that without pennies, you need to change the tax structure. Don't you? Because if you have cash, how do you give somebody change without pennies if the tax structure is 7% or whatever?
So my understanding is he's not going to make any new pennies. But we're going to continue to use the pennies that we have until they go away, or until everybody.
Well, that's
puts in-
weird. Now that's weird. See,
Yeah,
so
he
what's the
said he
deal
told
there?
him no more making pennies. So what do you can't just throw them away. I mean, what are you gonna do with them? How do you get rid of a coin? I mean, out of a society, how do you do that? I don't know.
Yeah, and also, what if somebody, you know, some people do just have cash. You know, they just do pay with cash. Some people, older people, and some people. But so how do you, if you're running out of pennies, you know, if the proprietor doesn't have pennies to give you in change, I guess what do they round up? I guess
Yeah, yeah, or down,
round down or round up or
or
down,
just
yeah.
round. You just
Or
round.
just round.
Whatever
I
that
guess that's
means.
what you'd have to do, right? But you should change the tax structure then. Instead of 7%, it should be, you know, an even. I don't know.
What?
I'm not great at math.
I don't even understand what you're saying though. That why do I have to change? Oh, because you
The
don't
tax,
want.
because if the tax is 7% on, you know, on
but that means people have to stores have to stop charging. If we're going to do away with pennies,
Yeah.
stores have to stop charging $4.99,
right,
and they have to charge the actual
$5
buckaroonies, because there are, if you don't have the pennies. And then you're right, the tax. You're right.
The tax structure, if it's 7%,
add to it.
then
yeah.
If it's 10%, then it's five. That's 105. So if it's right, but if it's 7%, then you got your pennies involved.
You do, and
so then you have to change the tax structure.
We got it. We're trying. Well, that's probably not going to happen either. I don't know.
You should have asked me that question on the yes or no. I can come up with some stuff that I can.
We'll ask you. Will ask.
You're giving me a complex, Tammy. You're giving me a complex.
Becky did pretty darn well. That's
okay, but I didn't do too badly though.
No, you
she
didn't.
Did better.
Yeah, kind of. She did really well.
Becky.
Yeah, I know that. Becky. She had easy questions.
Did she have easy questions?
Yeah, she had easy
some of those were insane that you gave me.
You did have. I think you did have a little bit harder questions than her, but you know, whatever. You guys are super competitive to begin with, so it's kind of fun to watch.
True. Yeah. Swimming,
all of it, everything. Yeah. So it's fun to watch.
I have a question. I have a question for maybe some studio, maybe some audience members or listeners, I guess you call them. Okay, so I need to break up with my hairdresser.
So do it.
So, I mean, what is this?
I don't think it's bad, Nance. I don't think it's bad.
Okay, no. Do you see the hole here?
Well, I do see a hole, but I thought that was for your headphones. I thought it was for your headphones.
No, it's not from the headphones. No, it's
maybe
just
he
gone.
made them. Maybe
it's like
knew.
It's like he just cut it and then he took that little lob of hair and went.
Well, maybe did you think he made a mistake?
Oh, he made a mistake, a big one.
And did you tell him?
All over my head. You should see that. You can't see the back, but it's all crazy.
And you've been going to this man for a while.
No.
Oh, I thought you've been going to him for a while.
A while. I guess a couple months, maybe. Couple months.
Well, how often do you get your hair done?
Every 8 weeks or 9 weeks.
So every couple months. So you've been to him once.
Yeah. No. Maybe 4 times or something.
Oh, well, that's a whole lot more than a couple of months. Because if there are 2 months in between, and you've been to him 4 or 5 times.
Okay, yeah.
That's a year.
No, it's definitely not a year. Well, maybe.
It's close.
I don't know.
Anyway, whatever.
Maybe it is a year. I don't know.
You thought he did a good job until...
Well, because he was just cutting my hair blunt.
Right.
Blunt cut.
Right. And what was he doing now?
I wanted him to taper it. To layer it and taper it in. Like I wanted it fluffy on top and then coming in like this. See?
Yes.
So you have to, you have to layer that, shave, whatever, razor time. So
you want to find a new one, or do you want to tell him that you're unhappy with the cut?
I wouldn't. Yes, I do. Well, this is my question to you. So I do think that I should inform him that Grandma and I are unhappy. It's so uneven, Tammy. It's ludicrous in the back.
How's Grandma's hair?
Not good.
Really?
And he cut over her ears. She said many times, I don't want my ears cut. I want my ears covered. But he cuts it over the ears. You're like,
well, find a new one. Just don't go back to him.
Well, but we set an appointment because we were, dum-dums.
Cancel it.
I know, but do I say something?
we're not happy with them. Both of us are not happy with our cut. We're going to cancel. That's what you say when when you call the receptionist. It won't go any further than that. She's not going to go tell him.
I actually just text him.
Oh, you text him?
Yeah.
The guy himself?
I mean, that's what I do. That's how I communicate. We text.
That's how you set up your appointment?
Yes.
So you could text him directly and say, hey, we're going to cancel our
Correct.
next appointment. Neither one of us are happy. Well, then you know he's going to be like falling all over himself to find out why and what's wrong and blah, blah, blah.
I hope not. Just let it go, dude. Just let it go. We're not going back.
I don't know. I mean, if you've been what he considers a client and now you're not happy, if I was a hairdresser, I'd want to know, what did I do? Why not? Let's figure it out.
I'll tell him it's uneven. It's very uneven.
And well, that big hole on the side of your head has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. And it's very expensive, Tammy. So it's very expensive.
Well, you didn't say that. Forget it.
Oh, yeah. My haircut was $80.
Just for a haircut?
Yeah, just for a haircut.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's expensive.
No, and you expect a good haircut for $80. Yep.
Right, and I expect not to have to keep telling him every time, like with my mother-in-law, you know.
Yeah,
so
find a new one. I would start asking.
I have an appointment Saturday. I can't walk around like this.
Well, I don't think it looks bad, Nancy. I don't know. I don't see what you're seeing.
Tammy, look at this crazy stuff here.
He tried to stack it.
Yeah, well, willy-nilly. Willy-nilly stacking.
Well, if you curl it under, will it stack? Like if you under with it?
Sort of, but it's willy-nilly.
Did you say anything when you left the salon, young lady?
No. Chicken.
Why? Oh, you didn't like it then. You just didn't want to hurt his feelings or something?
Well, I didn't notice it was that bad because guess what? I didn't have my glasses on.
Oh, well, maybe that's the answer, Nancy. Just don't wear your glasses.
I know. So
it'll be fine.
Well, until Grandma said, your hair's uneven in the back. I'm like,
oh, no.
Oh,
no.
God.
Oh, no.
And then I looked at it and I had to literally just like take it and do the round brush under it so that, you know, because if it's straight at all, it's like jig-jag all over and not even, you know, like a blah. You know what it looks like? It looks like I took my hair like this, like take your hair, like your husband cuts his hair, and then do this. Just do this.
Exactly what it is.
With some dull scissors, and just went in a ponytail. Let it go. Yeah, that's what it is.
All right. So who are you going to Saturday?
I'm going to go to a friend of mine's. A friend of mine she's been going to for 30 years.
All right. Well,
I think she'll be fine.
Good luck. I don't know what you want her to do to that. I don't know what do you want her to do?
Yeah, what are they gonna do to this? She might just have to just kind of even as much as she can because I don't want her to. If she has to cut it as shorter,
right? Are you going with a pixie?
Yeah, I'm not pixieing it. I'm not gonna be a man. So
you could. It'll grow. It'll grow.
I know. So I'm just gonna tell her to do the best she can, and I'll just grow it out, and that'll be that story. But.
All right.
That's my hairdresser story. But I saw something in the news, Tammy, that's crazy.
What'd you see now? What'd you see?
Oh, my gosh. Gene Hackman, did you read about that?
Yeah. We don't know how he died, but him.
No, but it's crazy. The dog's dead, too?
Not just one dog. 2 dogs are alive.
What?
He has 3 dogs, and 2 dogs are alive. 1 dog was dead.
Oh, my. Yeah.
And the wife was dead.
Right, jeez.
And the wife, who is 30 years younger almost, was dead. And he was 90 whatever, 94, 90 something.
Yeah, 94, 95.
Yeah, he was up there. I mean, 1930 he was born. So he was.
Oh, geez, yeah. So 30, he'd be 92,
94-ish, yeah. January 30th, he just turned whatever that was, 94, 95. 95.
95.
Yep. And so they found.
I can do simple math.
Yeah. Good. One of us can. We got one of us on the simple math. So they found him. Poor Gene Hackman. I love Gene Hackman. Love all his movies.
He was good.
Awesome. Yeah. Love his stuff, and he's such a good mean guy too. You know, he's a
good bad guy.
Yeah, he's a good bad guy. They found him, his wife, and his dog, and 2 dogs were alive. So that's why they said they're ruling out the carbon dioxide stuff unless. There's a doggy door, and the 2 alive dogs could have went outside and been out through the doggy door, been outside. But and the other big question they're asking right now is how long they've been dead. They have no idea when the last time anybody saw them. Like they're trying to figure out. They've been there a while, they said.
Oh no.
Yeah.
God. And did I read that there were some pills too on
They found the wife in the bathroom, and there were pills there, but they don't think that
She probably passed out with. She was going to take
maybe
her
she wasn't
pills.
feeling good, and she went for a pill
probably,
or something. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, who knows?
Fell
It
down
sounds like carbon dioxide, right? I mean,
I didn't even think of that, but it could be.
I mean, that's the only. What else? I mean, they're ruling out. New Mexican cops are ruling out foul play. They said already.
Where was their home?
Santa Fe, New Mexico, I think, or somewhere in New Mexico. I think it was Santa Fe, though. Somewhere around in New Mexico. And he is like, he stopped, he retired from acting in like early 2000s, I guess, and has been just kind of living his life with the little wifey. And yeah, being grandpa and dad and whatever. And
do you have a carbon dioxide detector in your home?
yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do too.
I think it's
you know what I
think
bought?
it's code that you have to have it pretty much everywhere anymore.
Oh, right. You know what I bought is a traveling carbon monoxide detector.
So when
you bring it with
you drive in your car, you can know if you don't have carbon
No,
monoxide.
I mean, you put it, I think it's battery operated, and you put it in your
hotel room. Or your VRB, that's
or VRBO.
Happened. That's happened.
Well,
those
that's
VRBOs,
why I bought it.
Yeah, those VRBOs that they didn't maintain their furnace and people died. Where was that? Florida, I think, something like that.
Yeah, Florida or somewhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you got.
And then some of those places also, the resorts. Some of the resorts. Remember, they had some people dying, too.
What resorts? What do you mean?
Some resorts like in the Caribbean or something. Years ago, some people died in a hotel because of a resort because of carbon monoxide.
Oh, really? No, I don't recall that. So
years ago.
You plug it in?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. Well, I think you should bring it with you then. Hey, you know what I did today?
What did you do today? Play pickleball?
I did play pickleball. Yes, I still have my pickleball outfit on.
How could you? I have clothes on today.
Yeah, I know.
Take note of this.
I'm gonna
like
put
a necklace and stuff.
I've got to go to that thing tonight, so I am gonna put real clothes on at some point today. Well, these are real clothes. It's a shirt.
I'm going to dinner with Doug, so
all right, nice. Where are you guys going?
We do a mother-son, dinner try it once a month, but it doesn't always happen.
Each son or just the dog?
Each son.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. And just the two of you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it is good. But we miss months all the time. But anyway, we're going to go to this fancy pizza place that maybe it's a chain. I think it's Mr. 01 or something.
No, never heard of it. No.
It's fancy pizza.
Fancy pizza. Who doesn't like a little fancy pizza? All right, so I'm going to tell you some jokes, and you're going to tell me which one you like the best, because some of them are from Google and some of them are from Alexa.
Right, we did this Tuesday.
I know, but today's a new day, and
it is a new day.
New jokes.
Let's do it again.
Are you ready? Now I got two from each of them this time because I got some complaints from the last time. All right,
you did. Yeah, I know. I complained.
You did. All right, so I want you to listen to the joke. You're going to you're going to rate these jokes. So I definitely want you judging them. You too, Matt. Listen up now.
Oh, I'll
audience, be fair game, man. Come call us or send a text to the 505. Hold on, I know this number. Don't go anywhere. 505-926-1410. Send a text to our Image 360 line for your favorite one of these jokes, okay? Because we're trying to determine who tells better jokes, Google or Alexa. I got an opinion, but I'm not going to share it. Let's go. Are you ready? Joke number one. How does Darth Vader like his chocolate? Give up?
No. Can I think or no?
No, you're done.
Okay, never mind.
On the dark side.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Okay, I need a rim shot. There we go. Attaboy. Okay, or you could do the wah if it sucks. All right. What do you call a shoe made out of a banana? A slipper. Come on.
Should we tell you which one we like the best?
Yeah. Pick one. Yeah, right. One or two. Which one?
I like the Vader joke. What about you,
okay.
Matt?
Matt, which one did you like?
I like the first one. I thought that
Yeah.
one sounded good.
Okay, we got 2 votes for that one. No vote for the slipper. Okay, now here's another one. Joke number 3. What happens when the good witch gets a cold? Her nose becomes smellbound. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad joke.
I'm with you on that one, Matt. I am with you on that one. All right. No, wait. This is, what do you call a potato wearing glasses?
Something
A potato wearing glasses?
Correct.
Uh,
Spectator.
you that's your joke.
I didn't. What do you mean that's my joke?
I swear that you have used that joke before.
Really?
Years ago.
Well, somebody gave it to me
You and
today.
the Spectator.
Spectator. What? Yeah,
Yeah.
a potato with glasses. Yeah, that is probably an old classic.
That's
joke.
the best one.
All right. So which joke are we liking out of those 4? Which joke gets the
Tater.
the tater joke?
Yeah.
What about you, Matt?
Spectator.
You like the spectator
Yep.
joke too? Well, okay. I'm going to share with you who gave me that joke.
The big reveal.
The big reveal after these messages. No, just
Oh,
ooh, drum roll.
we're all on
Alexa.
we're on pins and needles, Tammy.
Alexa gave us that joke,
Oh,
and she's
really?
going nuts right now because I keep saying her name. What do you call a potato wearing glasses? A spectator was Alexa. It's beeping like crazy.
Okay.
And she also gave me that awful joke about what happens when the good witch gets a cold. She gave me that
Oh,
one
wow.
too.
So she's not consistent with the good
She's not
jokes.
consistent, and the other 2 were Google. Not bad. I still like the where Napoleon. Oh, were you? I don't remember if I told you where
With the
Napoleon puts
little
his armies.
hands or armies, yeah.
He puts his armies in his sleeveys.
Yeah.
I love that
Okay.
joke.
I know
That's a
you do.
great joke.
Yeah.
It's almost as good as Lady Gaga. How do you wake her up? You poke her face. Come on, that's the best joke ever. That is a good joke. That is, if you're ever put on the spot for a joke, that's the best joke. How do you wake up Lady Gaga?
When are you put on the spot for a joke, Tim?
Oh, you're never put on a spot for a joke?
Not for a joke. No, I don't think that I've ever been, kind of pointed at. It's like,
Oh, you lady,
it's your
tell
turn,
a joke
lady.
right
You
now.
Tell a joke immediately.
That just must be my silly lifestyle. Then. I don't know. I
think so. I think
get
if
called
you're
out
put
for
on the-
jokes all the time, so I got to have a
Okay.
couple.
Well, you're
All right.
a one-liner. You and Norm.
Yeah, and we got to get Norm on Trash Talk, man. All right, so hear that happy music. We're going to take that first break of the program, and we're going to be back with more fun after these messages. Don't go away.
Got a loaded imagination being fired by girls' talk. It's a more or less situation inspired by girls' talk. But I can't say, would you want to hear? I suppose you're gonna have to play.
This is WRMN News.
Hello, I'm Dennis Green. President Trump says in order for the Russia-Ukraine war to end, concessions would have to be made on both sides. News Nation's Robert Sherman reports.
In terms of concessions, he said Ukraine could, quote, forget about NATO, but that Russia would have to leave something on the table as well.
Will he have to make concessions, President Putin?
Yeah, he will. He's going to have to. And I believe that because we got elected, that war will come to an end.
President Trump will meet Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House Friday to sign an agreement that calls for Ukraine to give the U.S. revenue from its rare minerals, while Ukraine wants security guarantees to prevent Russia aggression in return. President Trump says he wants Europe to provide that security. There's been a shakeup at the Washington Post. News Nation's Laura Engel reports.
The opinion editor David Shipley resigned after the Post's owner, Jeff Bezos, said the opinion page will embrace, quote, personal liberties and free markets and will not publish opposing viewpoints. Bezos said after careful consideration, David decided to step away. This is a significant shift. It won't be easy. That's just the latest change for the media in Trump's Washington after the White House announced it will pick its own press pool school for the first time in a century.
President Trump's press secretary says her staff will now choose who has access to the president, which is being criticized as an attack on the free press. For WRMN News, I'm Dennis Green. Listen Monday morning, where the new host Sue Castle joins Marky B for the morning show starting at 6.
WRMN News, produced in Studio 14 by the River Media Network.
This is Larry Jones, and I'd like to talk to you about my bank, American Eagle Bank in South Elgin. Has your bank changed names in the last 10 years? Is your bank another faceless branch with headquarters in another city? Are you tired of earning next to nothing on your savings account or certificates of deposit? Or does your personal banker treat you like a stranger? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you're ready for a new banking experience, and American Eagle is the place for you. American Eagle is a locally owned independent bank that's rooted in the community, and American Eagle customers are greeted by name and treated with the respect that they deserve. American Eagle has an innovative program, Eagle Savings, that teaches your children to save while earning prizes and rewards. American Eagle offers great rates on certificates of deposit. My bank is located in South Elgin on Randall Road between the Target and Caputo's and is open Monday through Saturday. Give them a call at 847-742-7400, and a real person will answer the phone. American Eagle Bank, a place where you matter.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. A wind advisory is in effect from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday. This afternoon, a slight chance of rain showers with partly sunny skies and a high near 45, temperatures falling to around 43. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 30, temperatures rising to around 32 overnight. Currently, it is 43 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Huge news. Right now at Wendy's, you can get a Son of Baconator for just $3. I don't think you understand this situation. The Son of Baconator is only $3 for a limited time. You know, smoked bacon, rich melted cheese. That Son of Baconator is only $3. Thank you to whoever wished upon that star. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii, not valid on a combo or on third-party delivery platforms.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Talk Time with Tammy and Friends here on Fox Valley Afternoon. Thanks for tuning in with us today it's Thursday, I guess, so we're almost through with this week. You and I are done today, but the rest of our listening audience, you got one more day until you hit your Friday, and that's a beautiful thing. Right? Always.
I guess, sure.
I guess so. Sure it is. Okay, what are we looking at? We've got a News Nation clip. I think it's time for that, and I think Matt has been digging around to see what he could find. What you got for us, Matthew?
All right, Harry Potter's footprint is growing in the U.S. with the new store coming to Chicago. News Nation's Lauren Lapka has more.
A Harry Potter shop will soon be opening on Michigan Avenue. The store will feature themed areas, a golden egg, goblet of fire, and the largest butterbeer bar in the U.S. There will also be a confectionery with an interactive jelly bean experience and plenty of wands, robes, stationery, jewelry, and collectibles. The press release promises something for every wizard, witch, and muggle to enjoy.
The other Harry Potter store is in the U.S. in New York City.
All right, so it'll be Chicago and New York have the Harry Potter stores.
Sounds
Is that what I
good.
just heard?
Would you ever go to one?
Oh, absolutely.
Matt would.
Would you,
but
Matt?
Oh, absolutely, I would.
Tammy
yes.
would not, but Matt would.
I went to Universal. I went to Universal Studios in 2015 for the Harry Potter World. Oh my gosh, it was so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you read all the books?
I did not. I've seen all the films, but I didn't.
You watched all the movies. Yeah. Well, I think that, I don't know, my daughter read all the books. All the kids read all the books, and then and then watched all the movies.
Yes,
and
my daughter did
really
too.
into it. So a lot of people will probably go to that store. It'll probably be a very popular store in downtown Chicago. If you don't get shot, it'll be fine. You'll have fun.
Yeah.
If you don't get shot when you go down.
Well, you cross your fingers.
Well,
and you run quickly from your car into the store.
Yes, cover me. I'm going into the Harry Potter store, right? No,
Are the
I know.
shootings still up in Chicago, Tam? Here's your clock.
I would say yes. I would say yes. Are they still shooting them up in Chicago? I'd say the answer is yes. They caught some gentleman today they believe is a serial killer in the city of Chicago.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean? I didn't know you guys had a serial killer in Chicago.
We didn't know we did either. It was in 2020. It looks like he made his way around the city, and they have 7 people that they're accounting. Could be more. Who knows? I don't know. I don't have the details on that, but I'm guessing that our news does somewhere because it's a pretty big deal.
He was a 17-year-old. I know.
He was when he did it. Now he's 21, and
he was only 17.
Well, yeah, but he's 20. Oh, there he is. That's his little face.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
How did he?
Oh, it says 6 killings. I thought there were 7.
Who did he target? Oh my God.
People. There was a guy going to take his kids to go buy a puppy. Killed him.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I know.
So random? Are we thinking? Is it?
Yeah.
How did he do that? Did he shoot him?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, and they caught him. That's the good news.
Yeah, that is the good news.
Yeah, so let's see how many more there are. But my point is, crime. I stay out of the city. I was planning on living there, so I was a huge component. I loved the city until COVID, and that was the end. That was it. I'm
really?
out. Yeah, no thanks. The violence, the crime, and how they handled COVID and what they did in that city to those people, they were shoved in their little boxes of their little apartments and not allowed to even step outside. Like, it was ridiculous.
They couldn't go outside?
You couldn't. All the parks were closed. The lakefront was closed. Downtown, like, everything was closed. There's nothing you could really do.
Hey, Tam.
Yes.
Nothing was closed here.
Nothing. Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm aware. Yeah.
It's the opposite.
Yeah. I'm
come on, bring your family.
Yeah, come on down.
We don't need no masks. Take them off.
Yeah, no, it was the opposite up here, and it was, it was sad. The city was sad. It was sad to see what.
Well, that's silly about outside.
In my opinion, this is my opinion.
Outside. Yeah, I know that's.
And I was gonna. Oh, I'm sure we do.
we have a lineup of comments here. I mean, you want me to roll through them here?
Yes, go ahead. Rip them off there,
All
sir.
right. So we've got the Dutchman's Wood Shack. Hi, everybody. He's also
Hello, Dutchman. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. Dean commented about the Spectator. That was
he liked that was his. That was his. Good. All right. So that's one for the Spectator. I'm going to keep track of these.
And then we've got Jeff's Train World commenting in, afternoon everybody, with a wave. Love pizza. Do you like stuffed pizza or regular pizza?
Well, Jeff's Train World. I like. Is Jeff's Train World frequently with us?
No, it looks like a new listener here.
All right then, welcome on, Jeff's Train World. It depends on who's making the pizza, quite frankly. Some people make very bad stuffed pizza, but generally in Chicago, I like a stuffed pizza. Depending.
So do I. I like stuffed pizza.
But you can screw that up pretty heavily.
Well, you could, sure.
Yeah. All right. So, and do we have any more? Is that it, young man?
The Dutchman just says, "Hi, Dean and Jeff's Train World." So
he what?
He was just responding, saying he's saying a hi to everyone in the comments too.
Oh yeah. Hi, Dean. Too. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, thanks for listening. Tune in, everybody, and comment away. If there's a joke you like, you got to let us know at that 505. Hold on, I know this number, 926-1410. And the phone lines are open if you care to call and chat in with us, 847-931-1410. Or if you have an opinion about anything we're chatting about, join us. The phone lines are open. Well, I think what we need to do, Miss Nancy, is probably take that quick break and then come back and do our historic songs of the day from today is the 27th of February. Let's see what happened on this day in music history. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Searching for a financial partner that truly has your best interest at heart? Join KCT Credit Union, where they're more than just a bank. They're a not-for-profit financial cooperative. KCT members are owners, meaning profits go back to you in the form of lower loan rates, higher savings rates, and fewer fees. Experience personalized service that puts you first. Become a part of KCT, where your financial well-being is their top priority. Visit kctcu.org. Each account insured up to $250,000 by member's choice. This institution is not federally insured.
If your idea of therapy involves a fishing rod, a tree stand, or a campfire, then you need American Outdoors Radio. Host John Cruz speaks your language, whether it's about the best lures, tracking game, or that one buddy who always forgets to bring the beer. John's got the tips to sharpen your aim, the hacks to pack lighter, and the stories to keep you entertained. Again, that's American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz. Saturdays at 7 a.m. on WRMN 1410. Or stream it at WRMN1410.com. Get ready to outfish, outhunt, and outcamp 'em all on American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Talk Time with Tammy and Friends right here on WRMN AM 1410. Thanks for tuning in and listening with us today. We've got, it's the 27th of February, and it's almost over, isn't it? Let's see, when is the first? Monday? No. 27.
Is this leap year or anything like that?
Oh, are we leaping? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Do we have a 29th? Or?
I don't think so, but they changed. You know what? Did you do an upgrade on your iPad?
Brian's birthday is coming up here, right?
Yeah. Did you do an upgrade? Did they upgrade your
iPhone?
Yes, both my phone and my computer. I hate what they did to the email. Like they've categorized it, and it's like a pain in the butt now.
I didn't notice.
I upgraded last night. I updated last night and this morning, and it puts it in categories. It's got priority emails and shopping emails. Yeah, I know.
I didn't notice that. Better look.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I'll tell you that. Oh, we do? All right. Callers on hold. Let's chat. What do we have here? Come on in, caller. Welcome to the program.
Hey, thank you. It's David Tees. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Just to touch with your topic when you just mentioned about serial killer in Chicago being caught.
Yes.
You know, my wife reads and studies everything about serial killers. And she says that she told me that at any given time throughout America, there's an average of 50 serial killers a day. You know, some are caught, some are new ones. Oh, yeah, she knows her stuff. She's read everything about Gacy and Dahmer and all of them. She's read all the books. She studies them all. And she's very in touch with, you know, she doesn't talk to them. I mean, no, but she does study them and reads everything about them. She's fascinated with that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Is she a sociologist or just interested in it?
No, she's just interested in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She likes to read books, and she's always studied them. She likes watching those murder mystery crime shows.
True crime and stuff.
Yeah, the true crime stuff is really taken off these days. So wait a minute. Let's go back to your fact that you spewed out there, David. 50. What was it? 50.
An average of 50 serial killers a day. In America.
In all over America, there's 50 serial killers out there killing somebody every day.
Yes, there's an average. That's the average. You know, some new ones surface. You know, so the number might drop or the number might increase. Okay.
I guess my question is, what defines a serial killer? I mean, how many do you have to kill to be a serial?
That's a good question. How many does define a serial killer? Like more than one? Or?
I don't know. Ask his wife.
You'll have to ask your wife that question.
Yeah, I definitely will do that. But I think it's probably more than one, but not in one place. Would be probably considered a random area.
Right.
You know, I mean, she does say that basically one of the most populated serial killers out there, and I'm not trying to put a bad label on them. Trust me, I'm not, because they do great work. They're out there. But she says truck drivers are one because they go across the nation. You know.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, you hear about that a lot because they're always driving and they're mobile and they can go to different towns and never go back if they don't want to.
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Well. Remember the case, I would probably have to say maybe 20 years ago or a little longer. It was Tammy Zwicky, I think her name was on her way to college. Her car broke down on the side of the highway and disappeared off the face of the earth. And there were witnesses that said they saw a semi there. It was red with a white stripe that went across it. I mean, there was speculations that individual might have been involved, but they were never able to find a truck or anything. I think her case is still unsolved today.
Wow. Yeah, I kind of remember the name when you said that name. I kind of remember that story coming about. Your wife probably would really like the Elgin Police's Cold Case podcast they're doing now. Has she been listening to that?
Oh, she is. And surprisingly, I have a lot of friends and all that stuff, and they are tuning in, and they're all women.
Really?
Interesting.
I think you're right, though. I think women are into this true crime stuff. I mean, I know my daughter's into it huge.
Is she?
Oh my goodness, she loves the true crime stuff. I think it's creepy.
It's like a puzzle, you know.
I have a little. I don't know if I've told you this before. My grandma knew Gacy.
Oh
What?
yeah,
You didn't tell us that.
How did your grandma know
She
Gacy?
knew him, yes. So she would walk in parades with him.
When he was a clown?
When he was a clown, and
He was a clown?
Oh, he was. That was a big
Tammy.
deal. Yeah.
Oh, Tammy.
She said he was such a charming, nice man.
That's
and
what I hear. That's what we hear.
Yeah.
And when she found out, she was just like traumatized by it. She's like, he was such a nice man. So.
Well.
Yeah, there's
Don't get a ride from a truck driver. That's what I'm saying.
Not too nice to little boys, he was. Yeah. No, that was bad news.
Yeah, he.
Well, all right. Well,
one of the
thanks,
things
Dave.
that, like she said, she studies this. When we started first dating, she said, "Yeah, I read and study serial killers." Uh-oh.
Yeah, you might want to look twice at that one. Yeah, right. Oh no.
Well, 16 years later, I'm still alive. Okay.
You are. You're still alive.
You vetted her well. She'll let you stick around. It sounds like. Well, thanks for tuning in. And
you know what? Wait, one last thing. One of the things that she does say to me, she goes, "I don't believe in divorces, but I have no problem being a widow." I don't know what that means.
Okay, then.
Hey, as long as she doesn't cross stitch that on a pillow or anything, I think you're okay. But watch it, man.
Or as long as you don't divorce her. So.
Well, we all know. Now we're going to keep an eye on you, sir.
Yeah, we
are. We know the story.
We are.
All right. Well, thanks
guys.
for tuning in.
Have a
We
good day.
appreciate you joining us
Thank
today.
you.
Yeah.
No problem.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
We have another caller.
All right. Let's talk to the second caller.
Yeah.
Welcome in, caller.
Hey, guys, I really enjoy the program, especially your puns. I've got one for you.
Oh, good. Good. What do you got? What do you
call a happy female donkey?
Uh-oh.
Be female.
Oh, something about
Should we?
Flat ass.
What'd you call her?
Oh,
Flat ass.
Flat ass?
Glad.
Glad. Oh, Gladys.
Gladys. I get it.
Say it quickly on the air.
Yes. We had to think fast on that one. You got a rim shot on that, young man.
Oh, okay. That's
all right. Well, good. I'm glad you're enjoying the puns because they're killing Nancy. I can tell you that.
They really are killing me.
I love them. I think they're great.
They're not serial killing me, but maybe they are actually.
I don't know.
It's time after time, right?
What's
Every
that?
Tuesday and Thursday.
What's that, caller? I didn't hear you. Yeah, I'm here. Can say it again? I didn't hear you.
I was going to say, I could have made it, something that wasn't female, because that's a little derogatory. I could have said, what do you call a smart donkey? Or an intelligent donkey.
You could have.
Intelligent donkey. That would be a smart one.
Yes, you could have.
Right, and that would be, exactly. But I probably could have guessed that one.
All right, ladies. Have fun.
All right, Betty, thanks for calling in
Thanks
today.
for calling.
Have a good one. All right. Matt, are we clear on the lines?
We are clear on the line.
All right, then. Well, thanks for calling in, everybody. We like it when people call in and chat
it's
with
fun.
us. Yeah. So we have some music history for you today. Not a lot. We'll shorten down that bad boy. Did I lose it already? What the heck? There it is. Let's talk about some of the stuff that happened in our in music history. Well, let's see. We've got 19. Hold please. This is February.
19 hold pleases.
Hold please. February 27th. Let's see what happened in 2007 on this date. Bobby Brown, who was married to
Whitney Houston.
That's the one. Bobby Brown was sentenced to 30 days in jail over $19,000 in unpaid child support. An arrest warrant was issued in October 2006 after he failed to show up at a hearing on overdue child support for Kim Ward, the mother of his two children.
Kim Ward. Who is Kim Ward?
I don't know. I thought Whitney was the daughter's mom. I mean, she's got a daughter and she named him Bobby, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
I don't really remember all that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, her name was Bobby, right?
Okay. In 2004, a worker in a supermarket in Aspen, Colorado, alerted the police after seeing a man shopping with his face covered by a mask. Police arrived on the scene and identified the man as Michael Jackson, who was in town on holiday with his children but wore a mask in 2004. And then we have in 1991, James Brown was paroled after spending 2 years of a 6-year prison sentence imposed for resisting arrest after a car chase across 2 states. And then we have in Billy Joel won some Grammys for What a Fool Believes in 1980. And then in 1971, 5 months after her death, Janis Joplin started a 9-week run at number 1 on the U.S. charts with her second album and final solo studio album, Pearl. Joplin sang on all tracks except Buried Alive in the Blues, which remained a full tilt boogie instrumental because she died before adding her vocals. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that. So this is, did we find Pearl, Matt?
We've got Me and Bobby McGee.
Me and Bobby McGee.
I can't pronounce anything.
As you know, you're so much younger.
You know, we're gonna skip playing Janis because we're gonna be out of time, and I like the other song better. So that's fine. That's good anyway. 1967.
Me and Bobby G.
Me and Bobby McGee.
I knew it was McGee, but I don't know.
Oh, did you?
I need another
Okay.
coffee.
Yeah, maybe some coffee. That would help.
We'll
be helpful.
forgive you.
In 1967 on this date, Pink Floyd continued working on their debut album, The Piper, at the Gates of Dawn at Abbey Road Studios in London. And in 1964, the Rolling Stones made their second appearance on BBC, Top of the Pops, performing Not Fade Away. I don't know about that song. And then we have in 1980, a couple of things. Oh no, what'd I do with it? Oh no, did I
can't
lose
tell
it?
you the answer to that question.
Right, it was the, did I mess that up? 19 winners of the Grammy Awards in 1980 included Billy Joel's 52nd Street, Ricky Lee Jones, the disco record went to I Will Survive with Gloria Gaynor. The best disco went to Gloria Gaynor. And Song of the Year was the Doobie Brothers with this one that Matt's going to play for us. Now we'll go out on to commercial on this probably, Matt, huh?
Yep.
It's called What a Fool Believes from the Doobie Brothers, 1980.
She musters a smile for his nostalgic tale. Never coming near what he wanted to say, only to realize it never really was. She had a place in his life. He never made her think twice as she rises to her apology. Anybody else would surely know.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 3 o'clock.
This is WRMN News.
Hello, I'm Dennis Green. President Trump says in order for the Russia-Ukraine war to end, concessions would have to be made on both sides. News Nation's Robert Sherman reports.
In terms of concessions, he said Ukraine could, quote, forget about NATO, but that Russia would have to leave something on the table as well.
Will he have to make concessions, President Putin?
Yeah, he will. He's going to have to. And I believe that because we got elected, that war will come to an end.
President Trump will meet Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House Friday to sign an agreement that calls for Ukraine to give the U.S. revenue from its rare minerals, while Ukraine wants security guarantees to prevent Russia aggression in return. President Trump says he wants Europe to provide that security. There's been a shakeup at the Washington Post. News Nation's Laura Engel reports.
The opinion editor David Shipley resigned after the Post owner Jeff Bezos said the opinion page will embrace, quote, personal liberties and free markets and will not publish opposing viewpoints. Bezos said after careful consideration, David decided to step away. This is a significant shift. It won't be easy. That's just the latest change for the media in Trump's Washington after the White House announced it will pick its own press pool for the first time in a century.
President Trump's press secretary says her staff will now choose who has access to the president, which is being criticized as an attack on the free press. For WRMN News, I'm Dennis Green. Listen Monday morning, where the new host Sue Castle joins Marky B for the morning show starting at 6.
WRMN News, produced in Studio 14 by the River Media Network.
With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Sky Rizzy. Naperville Park District has announced the opening of its summer rental season for pavilions, with residents able to apply starting at 8:30 a.m. on March 6th and non-residents on March 13th. The summer rental period extends from June 1st to August 31st, including the DuPage River Park Pavilion, among others. Naperville District 203 School Board has sanctioned modest fee hikes for the 25-26 academic year. Kindergarten through high school general fees will see a $4 increase, contributing directly to school budgets. Half-day kindergarten programs and junior high yearbooks will also rise by $2. South Elgin police are investigating a gunfire incident near Fox Meadow Elementary School. Responding to a 911 call around 5:45 p.m. on Monday, officers learned of a group reportedly displaying firearms. By the time authorities arrived, the group had fled, though shots had been fired. Fortunately, no one was injured. With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 16, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. A wind advisory is in effect from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday. This afternoon, a slight chance of rain showers with partly sunny skies and a high near 45, temperatures falling to around 43. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 30, temperatures rising to around 32 overnight. Currently, it is 43 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Huge news. Right now at Wendy's, you can get a Son of Baconator for just $3. I don't think you understand this situation. The Son of Baconator is only $3 for a limited time. You know, smoked bacon, rich melted cheese. That Son of Baconator is only $3. Thank you to whoever wished upon that star. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii, not valid on a combo or on third-party delivery platforms.
The First Shift is the go-to show for movers and shakers of the Fox River Valley.
This is Mayor Mike from Hampshire. People always ask me how I find the time to listen to Marky B on the First Shift. And the obvious answer is when I've got nothing better to do. If you've got nothing better to do, try listening in from 6 to 10 a.m. weekdays on the Voice of the Valley, 1410 a.m. WRMN. I can't believe I'm actually recording this. Man, I feel bad for this guy.
Catch it weekday mornings from 6 until 10 a.m. right here on WRMN.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me.
carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Welcome in, everybody. It is a little girl talk right here on Fox Valley Afternoons. You're listening to Talk Time with Tammy and Friends. We've got Nancy standing by in Dallas, Texas. We got Matt pushing buttons back at the home base, and I'm down here in Nashville. Not as sunny. Well, it kind of looks sunny. Don't let that fool you. I'm really not at a beach, but it's, I know.
Shocking.
It's shocking. I know. There are no beaches in Tennessee. Not a single one. Well, lakes,
Are
but
there?
they don't.
Well,
Yeah, they don't
lakes.
look like that. No, they don't look like that.
Hey, I have a question for Nancy, if you don't mind.
Go.
Do you do painting and drawing?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's so cool.
Thank you.
I like it.
Thank you.
Nice little
Sometimes she
there.
does it when we're on the air.
Got a
Sometimes
couple of. I'll be quiet. I got a couple of little martini for you.
Oh, I love
you're
it.
making martinis.
Little,
I see.
That's great.
Nice. There you go. Liquor. She's making some liquor.
Well, not all about liquor. But yes, I do.
Very cool.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, our weather down here not so good today. I mean, I think it's a high of 60 something, maybe 60, but it was not. We had two unbelievable days. 78 and 80 was fabulous, and now we're a little bit.
60's not too bad though, right?
Yeah, it's not bad, but I hate to say it, but I was spoiled by 2 days by the 78 and 80, and I just got the car back with the convertible top. Do you think I put it down? Yes, I did. It was awesome. Maybe it was worth buying. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's see. We've got a wind advisory in the Elgin area currently. It is 49 is your high today, and a mix of clouds and sun with gusty wind. So Matt said it was really windy earlier. Is it still windy, Matt?
It is kind of died down a little bit.
Okay. They said 20 to 30 with higher gusts possible. So, and your sun is setting at 5:41 tonight. Your low is going down to 31, a few passing clouds. And then tomorrow, you've got partly windy conditions, partly cloudy and windy conditions, with a high of 56 degrees. You're going down to a low tomorrow night of 21 with cloudy skies early that will become partly cloudy later on. And then on Saturday, this is... let me see. Yeah, the 1st, March 1st is Saturday. That's the question I was asking, and I now have the answer. On Saturday, March 1st, it's going to be 30 degrees for your high. Sunny skies, much cooler though. It's going to drop from 56 down to 30. Ouch. Yeah. And then Saturday night, clear skies, but a low of 14 degrees. Hang in there, kids. It gets better. And then on Sunday, intervals of clouds and sunshine and a high of 39 degrees. Sunday night, going to be partly cloudy skies in the evening and then becoming cloudy overnight with a low of 28. Monday, it's getting a little bit better. You've got a high of 47, cloudy on Monday. Monday night's going down to 40 and still cloudy. 53 on Tuesday with cloudy skies with periods of rain later in the day and that high of 50. 53. South-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, and the chance of rain is sitting at 80%, so it's probably going to happen. Rainfall around 1/4 of an inch on Tuesday. Tuesday night, continued rain, low 39 degrees. Winds are 10 to 20, and you're still sitting at 80% for Tuesday night. And then on Wednesday, the 5th of March. Is that where I'm at? Yeah, the 5th of March. Windy, a steady rain in the morning with showers continuing in the afternoon. High of 41 degrees. And then Wednesday night, a few clouds from time to time and a low of 26. On Thursday, you're going to have partly cloudy skies and 42 degrees. And Thursday night is going to be partly cloudy skies and 30 degrees. On your Friday, next Friday, that is 1 week from tomorrow, 45 degrees is going to be your high and a low of 27 on Friday night. So it gets a little bit better. It looks like it goes up into the 40s. It's going to bounce.
Yeah,
it looks like
40s,
it's bouncing.
A lot of 40s.
I'm okay with that. I say that as I sit down here and you guys are getting 18 degrees.
Yeah, are you okay with that?
I'm okay with you guys getting 18 degrees up there. No, it's I know. I'm itching for a spring. That you can tell. I'm itching for spring. I'm not alone. But let's see. From WRMN Radio to everyone, someone sent some pictures to share. Are you reading that too?
Yeah,
that's me.
Oh, that's you?
Yes, it's me.
Oh, that's you sending a message to us, and we're supposed to read it quietly and not over the air.
We're not supposed to bend
we're
over
both
like
like
this?
staring at it, like, what is that?
I wanted to try it out and see how it worked.
Well, I read it. It works.
I read it.
Now I know it's
Awkwardly.
a secret, though.
Awkwardly.
Yeah. We're not supposed to. What kind of pictures? What do we have?
All right, this
Yeah,
is
what are
David sent over Taser and Oreo, his pets.
Oh, good. Okay, I like pets. I'm big.
Oh, that's funny.
Is that
Taser?
Oreo?
That's funny.
Is that Taser or Oreo? That looks like a Taser, not
Oreo.
an Oreo.
Oreo is the is that a hamster?
The little bunny? Is that a bunny
hamster,
in there?
I believe.
Okay.
I think it's a
Or I
hamster.
see the black and white little guy. How cute.
Yeah.
Very cute. Thanks
Very
for
cute.
sending that.
Oh, there he
they
is.
are. They must like each other. That's
So a
super
dog
cute.
and a bunny?
Is it a bunny? He
Hamster.
said it's a hamster.
Oh, a hamster.
The hamster.
I don't know.
Okay,
It's
a
something-
dog and a hamster. I guess they get along.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess they're best buds.
How cute.
Well, that is funny. Too
That is
funny.
adorable. Yeah, very cute. Thanks for sending
wouldn't
that
have-
in.
wouldn't
I
have thought
appreciate
that.
that. Let's see. Oh, we've
Oh,
got
that's cute. Oh,
more.
look at that. Does that kill you?
Yeah, that's really
at that.
cute. They like to cuddle. How nice. They have cuddle buddies to cuddle with. Let's talk about, what do you want to talk about, Nancy? You want to talk about
Measles?
Measles, mumps, and rubella?
I really want to talk about measles, mumps, and rubella.
Measles and the MMR. Measles, mumps, and rubella. Only mothers know what that means, right?
True
'Cause
enough.
Mothers
True
have to get
enough.
this
We're
done.
always, usually we do. I think anymore, I know my son takes his boys to the doctor, kids
Yeah.
to the doctor, more so. And he buys their clothes, always.
Which one? Which son?
Brad.
Oh, really? Well, Jessica doesn't like to shop.
Nah.
No, she can't. Yeah, I don't want to
We're
deal with it.
doctors. We're doctors.
Oh, well, good.
Well, neither one of them like doctors. But
Yeah,
anyway,
well.
so there is an article, and I'm sure it's been this is the measles have been a topic lately in the news, all over the news. But there's an unvaccinated child dies of measles in my state, Texas.
Yeah.
In the Texas outbreak. At least 124 cases have been reported since last January, mostly among children and teenagers who were unvaccinated or whose vaccination status is not known. A child, unfortunately, has died of measles in West Texas, the first known death in an outbreak that is spreading in the region and in neighboring New Mexico. The state officials said Wednesday. The patient was an unvaccinated school-aged child, according to officials in Lubbock, Texas, which is where my son went to school, and the department, and according to the health officials in Lubbock. The outbreak comes amid growing concerns among public health experts about declining vaccination rates, and the confirmation of our Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a prominent vaccine skeptic, as the nation's secretary. At the meeting of cabinet officials at the White House on Wednesday, Mr. Kennedy downplayed the news, saying that the federal health officials were watching the outbreak and that there had been nothing this year, which is not true. So it's not unusual. So he said it's not unusual. He did not mention the vaccine or describe steps that the federal government might be able to help stop the outbreak. So he never, basically, Robert F. Kennedy never talked about, what are we going to do about this outbreak? This outbreak is serious. It's happening. What are you going to do about it?
Well, I'm shocked the media hasn't said that question to him. Like, haven't they? What are you going to do about it?
Well, he says, this isn't unusual. He's not worried.
Yeah, I heard that comment.
I mean,
but
they did.
As he's saying it, it's spreading to more states. I just heard this morning it spread to Kentucky.
Oh, really?
And a couple more states. Yeah, there was somebody from Lubbock, a kid who went to school in Lubbock, who was exposed. He went on a vacation, didn't know he had it, and voila, spread it like a couple different states. So,
right.
Here we are.
Here we are. So I do have, some stats about that.
Okay, so first of all, let's talk measles in general. Measles have been eradicated from the United States for decades. They used to be a problem, a big problem, and they're very, very, very contagious. Like probably the most contagious disease that we know of are measles. Like you are going to get it. If you're by somebody who has it, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
So,
if you're in a room and somebody even breathes or coughs, if you are not protected, chances are you will get it.
Yeah. So, what's happening, it sounds to me like people are laxing on getting their kids vaccinated. And, but some of these are, or I guess you can answer this, Nancy, were they all children or were some of them adults that got
children
that
and teenagers? Children and teenagers.
Okay. So no,
because adults, there's been more vaccine controversies since the inappropriate accusation that MMR causes autism, the vaccines cause autism, and so forth. And people weren't getting their kids vaccinated because of that poorly done study. And so those children would be teenagers right now, and some young adults. So some of those teenagers didn't have it because of that reason, some of it because they didn't. And, if the schools don't require vaccinations and give them through the state, they're considering not doing that.
Do your schools in Texas require? Yeah,
currently.
we do. I mean, Illinois, your kids can't get in school if they don't have the vaccines.
Right. But they're trying to change, currently. But they're trying to change that.
Who is?
I believe that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wants to, punish schools who require vaccinations. I think our governor wants to actually. He wants to change that, and that's right.
Wow,
and
really?
If you require vaccinations,
I don't even want to know what's going to happen if that goes down. I mean, if they stop requiring kids in school to have the vaccines before they get there. What's going to happen? I mean, what does that look like? Yeah.
We have vaccines to prevent more than 20 life-threatening diseases, helping people live longer, healthier lives. Do you know that immunization currently prevents 3.5 million to 5 million deaths every year from diseases like diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, influenza, and measles?
Yeah.
I mean, we have 5 million people every year.
Yeah.
That you can prevent deaths. That's a lot of
with a vaccine,
a lot of human tragedy, isn't it?
Right. So what's the downside, Nancy? Why aren't they doing it?
Well, like the one, like I was saying before, there's a couple theory. One is that vaccines are bad, and that's kind of been circulating around that vaccines are dangerous. There have been no, according to one study, there have been no measles vaccine death, none. No death attributed to the measles vaccine.
Right.
There have been a couple of serious reactions to people that are immunocompromised.
Compromised, right?
And they're the ones that they tell you, yeah, don't get the shot right. Don't get it right now. Right? If you're
They do? Okay.
immunocompromised.
Well, what if they catch
do. Remember, how
measles?
they tell you if you don't feel well, don't get the shots right
Right,
then?
yeah. So what if that immunocompromised person who is now deciding not to get the shot gets measles? What happens to them then?
Well, if they get measles, I think it's too late. They can't get the
Right,
shot
but I
then,
mean,
so.
if you don't have a good immune system, you can't fight them off. I mean,
Right, so you have to be very careful. So that's why the rest of the population has to be vaccinated. I believe that it's either 93 or 95%. If the population has to be vaccinated within 93 to 95% to eradicate the illness,
to make up for the ones who are immunocompromised and cannot get the vaccine.
Correct.
So the rest of the public gets vaccinated, and it's the best scenario you can look at to not spread this disease. So what do we do about it now? I mean, I just looked this morning. It's in, I don't know, 7 states, 8 states, something like that. There's 100 and what'd you say, 120 as of the other day? Like it's out there. So
I know.
What happens now? What do we do next?
I know. Well, according to science, get your kids vaccinated.
Right.
For years. I mean, we're so fortunate that we have, that, right? I mean, we're so fortunate.
Well, somebody has invented
somebody
that,
developed
right.
it and spent time and years studying it. And luckily, I had the mumps because they didn't have a vaccine when I was
How old were you?
Grade school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and was it? Do you remember it?
The measles and mumps? It was separate. They were separate shots, and I don't know if the mumps was out.
There's still measles, mumps, and rubella.
It's an MMR, but that didn't come until the 90s or something.
Yeah, till our kids.
Right,
yeah.
we had it separated. You and I, and so it's. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. It's terrible.
The mumps. Yeah, you remember it?
Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Fever? What is the mumps? You don't even hear about mumps anymore.
Huge, like my lymph nodes.
Oh, swollen.
Throat.
Yeah.
I couldn't, I looked like a bullfrog.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
No. Okay.
But
so I don't know. Are mumps dangerous? They're uncomfortable. Are they dangerous?
I don't know if they're dangerous. I don't know.
And rubella. They're what the heck is even rubella? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
what is rubella?
Rubella.
I think it's a fever. I think it's just.
It's like a fever thing.
Right?
Yeah, but you don't hear. I mean, I don't hear any rubella, and I really don't hear mumps anymore either. But the measles are starting to come around. So
because measles, like you said, are highly contagious.
Yeah, that's it.
But the children should get 2 doses of MMR at 12 and 15 months of age.
Right.
Which is what our kids.
Right.
The first dose at 12 to 15. The second. 4 through 6 years of age.
12. Okay, so 12 to 15 is the first dose.
12 to 15 months is the first dose.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And then the second dose is 4 through
around
6
4.
years of age.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're even talking about, because the measles are becoming, they're becoming more prevalent, that there's some controversy about this, but that people should be revaccinated.
Yes.
And but there, some say yes and some say no. Please check with your doctor to see if you need to be revaccinated. It's questionable whether I would. I think between the times between 64 and 68, which is right when we would have been vaccinated, Tammy,
yes.
ish, they had not a live vaccine. It was a deactivated vaccine.
Okay.
And they're just saying that's not as effective. But
wait, so what year was that? So the thing I saw said if you were born before 1958, you don't need to get another vaccine because you either had them and your system has its own immunities already. I guess that's the biggest thing that everybody was exposed to them back then. If you were born after, and then I saw this chart that said if you were born between 59 and 60, whatever, you should probably get a booster because what you just said, because it wasn't a live virus. And
well,
then
they got better after that, though.
But then they told me that even after, and then if you're in the other group that you're older than or younger than that, you should get a booster too. And they didn't say why. They just said you should get a booster if you're in this age group too. So they were saying everybody should get a booster, unless.
So there's
you were
another
born before
theory.
58.
Well, there's another theory that
Yeah.
If you've gotten the 2 boosters when you were young,
Yeah.
you are immunized for life.
Okay, that's what I thought.
That, I mean, and I called my doctor, and he said you should be immunized for life. He said, but what they can do is if it gets to be bad in our area, they do antibody testing. So anybody out there, our listeners, you can go to your doctor and get attested to see if you have the antibodies for the measles, because you don't need to be vaccinated if you have them, right?
Right. So
I suppose it wouldn't. It also doesn't hurt if you get it again.
You mean the vaccine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
you
if
don't
it's unnecessary, if you've got the antibodies and you're naturally protected, then there's no reason to do it. So
right.
why put it in your body if you don't need it? I guess
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So
Okay.
it's pretty crazy. And I'm trying to think. Yeah. Read about mumps too.
Well, they had, let's see, we had them in Alaska, California, Texas. What's next to Texas? Oh, don't tell me. Another map that I got to figure out.
Huh? Oh, no. What's
Georgia.
next to Texas?
I got to bring up the map now.
Now, Georgia, you got the map now?
Here, I got it here. Hang on a sec.
We got to all argue about what that state is next to Texas. I don't know. I'm never down there. What is that state next to Texas, Nancy? Is that what's
Oklahoma? I can't see.
No,
the
not
chart.
north of Texas, just west of Texas. What's
Oh,
just
you would pull the west on me.
I don't know what that is.
Louisiana?
No, it's the other way. The other west.
The other way. Oh my gosh. Oklahoma.
New Mexico?
Oh yeah, New Mexico.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Oh.
Yeah. Is that New
Yeah, New
Mexico?
Mexico.
Yeah. Wait, go back, Matt. Let me see this one right here. This
goodness
green.
me. There we
Come
go.
back here. The green
What's the
square.
greenie?
That's
What's
New
the green
Mexico.
guy?
Yeah, that's
New Mexico.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah, I knew that. That was New Mexico. Wait, what's the one next to it? That's Arizona, right? Yeah.
Arizona.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I know it's so pathetic how bad we are with maps.
I know we are.
So okay, and then Georgia, and now just Kentucky is the new one that they just found a case in. So those are your active states for right now. So if you're traveling and people are going to start traveling, spring break is coming, and you're starting to do all this stuff. Should people go get another vaccine, Nance? Do they need to get a booster before they go on vacation and start?
If you're going on vacation and you're not sure, because a lot of us, I don't have my vaccine record. Do you?
No,
I mean, who does,
No.
right? So the best thing to do is check with your doctor and see what his or her recommendations are for that. And if you're really worried about it, see if you have antibodies. If you don't, you should get one.
Well, they can do a test to see if you have the antibodies, and if you have the antibodies, that means you have the natural protection. So you're good.
Right.
You're good to go. That seems like the best way to do it. If you're traveling, if you're going, you've got spring break or summer plans, and you're going to be in somewhere that you're not familiar, you have no idea if there's somebody coming through there that's been exposed. So it's best to protect yourself while you go. And that seems like the best way to do it is to first do an antibody check. And then if you need it, then you get the vaccine, if you need it. If you don't have the antibodies. Well, it sounds like common sense, but I don't know. We'll see what happens to it, because some people don't have common sense. So
Right, but it does say but it does say that if you were vaccinated between 1963 and 1967, that vaccine was not very effective.
Is that right? So that's why they said get that on again too.
So yeah, because it wasn't live. It's not live, but it's funny, Tammy. You and I would have had one.
All right, we're gonna have to take a break and do that bottom of the hour break, but we'll be back after this. Don't go away.
Bye.
With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Sky Rizzi. College of DuPage inviting the community to explore careers in health sciences March 13th from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Attendees can engage with faculty, tour the state-of-the-art labs, and participate in hands-on demonstrations at the Health and Science Center in Glen Ellen. The Kane County Coroner's Office releasing significant data on veteran suicides. Between 2020 and 2024, suicides in Kane County totaled 224, with 13 veterans among them. The peak year 2021 seeing 5 veteran suicides that year. A tragic accident early Monday morning. A 69-year-old pedestrian struck and killed by multiple vehicles on Route 31 at Miller Road in Dundee Township. The man wearing dark clothing was hit by a Chevrolet Cruze, an Acura, and a Cadillac, all driven by local residents. While the drivers stopped to assist, emergency services responded quickly. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 16, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Let me tell you a story about Bill. Bill was a normal guy in his 50s. He had back surgery about 2 years ago. Bill was in a lot of pain. He dealt with his pain by taking the Percocets his doctor prescribed for him. Bill took more and more and more of them to help with the pain, until one day the prescriptions weren't enough to get rid of Bill's pain. Then one day Bill found someone to help him get rid of the pain with illegal drugs he didn't need a prescription for. Fast forward to today. Bill lost his job and his family. The only thing he does have is his drug dealer. If you know Bill's story and you don't want to end up like Bill, call the Detox and Treatment Helpline right now to get away and get treatment.
800-694-1127. 800-694-1127. 800-694-1127. Call right now. Help is standing by. 800-694-1127.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. A wind advisory is in effect from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 48, falling to around 44, and gusty winds up to 35 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 31, rising to around 33 overnight. Currently, it is 44 and partly cloudy. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
If you've been waiting to hear Macy's winter clearance, now's the time. Get everything you've been eyeing all season long at prices that are worth the wait. How good? Think 40 to 70% off coats, sweaters, boots, and more. Plus, come in and get an extra 20% off all your clearance purchases. That's up to 75% off. So if you've been waiting to treat yourself to something cute and cozy, hurry into Macy's now, because you're not the only one ready to score amazing winter deals. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Talk Time with Tammy and Friends right here, WRMN AM 1410. Thanks for tuning in with us today. And you know what we've got going on now, Miss Nancy? Now that we're all done measles talking, and you're telling me we have a live and a dead virus. Right? Our vaccines came up. We have one live and one dead virus. So we don't know what to do with that. We'll see. I don't know. Just nobody come around us if you got measles. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to have to go get another shot for crying.
No, I don't either.
No, thank you. Anyway, Mr. Matt has got some News Nation for us. He's been digging around in that bin. And I make it sound like there's a big old
I know, and I picture him head first in a large bin with his legs sticking out,
throwing things behind him,
going
trying to
like
find
this.
Yeah.
We'll have to make like a cartoon picture of me doing that.
Oh, we got a mental picture already. We're good.
Oh man, I wish I could cartoon. I've been wanting to do that. Tell Kevin to do that.
Yeah. Well, let's see what you got. You've been digging around in there. Is there anything to chat about?
Yes, new details are coming in on the death of Oscar winner Gene Hackman and his wife. Their bodies and the body of a dog were found in the couple's Santa Fe, New Mexico home on Wednesday. News Nation's Kelly Beeson has more.
The local gas company is assisting in this investigation. And even before this news, some were speculating that carbon monoxide or another type of toxic gas may have been involved in this. We are learning now the New Mexico gas company tested the lines in and around the home after the bodies were discovered. The company and the fire department did not find any signs of a carbon monoxide link or poisoning.
Police have now ruled the couple's death suspicious, but say foul play is not expected.
Wow, suspicious.
Okay, that's bizarre.
So, okay, we're ruling out gas. Okay, I get that. We didn't rule out carbon monoxide, though, have we? I don't think they've ruled that out yet. But that sounds like the obvious thing.
Why wouldn't they? That's kind of silly, isn't it?
Well, they have to test the bodies to see what made them die, I guess.
Oh,
and
right.
they were apparently
autopsy.
They were apparently dead for some time too.
I heard that. So that we were talking about this a little earlier, that they we don't know how long they've been hanging out there, because people are saying it's been a minute since I seen mom or dad or whatever. Like they're trying to piece together when was the last time we saw them. I don't know. So there's the wife found in the bathroom with pills, but those aren't involved. I don't believe that she ingested any of them. I don't think they were the cause of her death. And the husband, Gene Hackman, I don't know where he was found, somewhere else, and a dog. And then there were two.
See, it has to be some kind of a airborne.
Yeah, but there were two live dogs too. That's the part that throws.
Remember, you were talking
the doggy door, right?
Yeah.
So there was a theory that the doggy door, they have a doggy door, and maybe the two live dogs were outside. But then the house would be still laden with carbon monoxide because nobody shut it off, right? If carbon monoxide was the deal. So when they went in and found them, they'd find the carbon monoxide, and we'd hear about that. That we're not hearing about. So I don't know
how. I mean, yeah, you're right, though. I guess if it was leaking, it would continue to leak.
Right, it's not going to shut off by itself, right?
Because it's been it's been a while. So could it? I don't know. Can carbon monoxide leak while a unit is running and then not leak when it stops running? I don't even know. I don't know how that works.
Yes. I think yes. When a furnace is running, it can emit the carbon monoxide.
So then when it quits running, so maybe it quit. I don't know.
Well, that's a theory too. I don't know. We don't have enough facts. I don't know. There's too much outstanding about this one that we are not aware of, but I'm sure it'll start trickling out. I mean, kind of like, remember when
pretty crazy,
the guy from Friends, when Matthew Perry, when they found him, and it was like, at first it was like the shock of it and whatever, but then slowly more and more, and so you start to hear like the whole story. So I'm guessing it's going to take a minute, and then I'm sure they've got to craft their sentences and what they want to say and blah blah blah. So we'll keep an eye on it. I love Gene Hackman. I think he was an awesome actor. He's a very good bad guy. He's one of the best bad guys out there. And I didn't realize he was 95.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, he's been laying low. Just kind of retired, they said, since the early 2000s. So I didn't even realize that he wasn't even doing films anymore. When you don't see people in them, you don't even think about it until somebody says something about them. So we'll keep an eye on it. Let's see what happens with that one. It's curious. It's definitely curious. Anyway, yep. All right, let's take that last break. But before we do, Nancy, let's have a chat. What do you want to do today? We can do anything for our last segment, anything at all. Do you want to do bad dad jokes? Do you want to do yes or no? Did you know? Do you want to do? We could do common knowledge.
How does common knowledge work again?
Well, so the problem with common knowledge is we've done a lot of the questions, so we'd have to just roll through them. But we can if you want. If you don't think you can handle the yes or no.
Well, is that a multiple
It's an
choice?
electronic. No, it isn't. Well, yes, it does. It's an electronic game, so you don't get a lot of time to answer. It's very timed.
Oh, that's right. I remember it now.
Yeah,
it is multiple choice.
Yeah, and it's multiple choice.
I don't know. You pick, Tam.
Oh, we're doing yes and no.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Get ready, Matt.
I'm getting it ready.
I think Matt should play too.
Warm up that trombone, Matt.
Very funny. Okay,
funny.
Tammy, do you pick the questions?
No, I have cards. See these little cards here? This is a game. This is an actual game. I didn't travel with the box. I just took the cards. This is a game you can buy in the store. It's called I Should Have Known That is the name of the game.
I should have known that.
That's right. And it's a simple yes or no. I think it's brilliant.
You know, it's funny. My siblings and I have a team, a trivia team when we go on our sibling trips, and the name of our team is I don't know about that. So, and there's a lot that we can say.
Yes, well, I should have known that is what that is.
Or I should have known it is.
I should have known that.
That sounds like a fun game, actually.
It is. Well, but we've pretty much done it all. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take that last break of the show. Then we're going to come back, and Nancy is going to kick some butt on Did You Know, Yes or No? That's it.
That's
we'll be right
what
back.
I'm going to do.
All right, we'll be right back. Don't go away.
In this next Elgin City Council election, you'll have a choice to make, not just between political philosophies or even the candidates on the ballot. Your choice involves supporting someone who has always been there for Elgin, who has always been there for you as a longtime community volunteer and a lifelong resident. Elgin City Councilman Steve Thorne, running for re-election, is a name you know and a leader you can trust. His pledge is to maintain secure neighborhoods by continuing to support Elgin's police officers and firefighters. And Steve will work, like always, to protect your tax dollar. He's accessible and accountable. He's a friend, my friend, and your friend on the Elgin City Council. He's one of us for all of us. I'm asking that you vote to re-elect Steve Thorne to the Elgin City Council.
Paid for by Friends of Steve Thorne.
Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared. That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement, and you still have time to plan. Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
I am Maggie Beyer, a self-funded candidate for the Elgin City Council. My qualifications begin with a history of proven leadership and integrity in the private sector and in our community. My goals include improving public safety, supporting code enforcement, and to listen to the residents of Elgin. I will focus on fiscal responsibility and enhance economical development. Get more information on my Facebook page, Maggie Beyer for Elgin City Council, paid for by the Citizens for Maggie.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer. And we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case. And they're so good they stake their reputation compensation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. That's 800-257-3148.
Welcome in, everybody. It is Talk Time with Tammy and Friends. We're here with Nancy, who's about to play Did You Know? Yes or No?
Oh, boy.
We need some sort of sinister music. For
Oh,
that
I
one.
know. Yeah, it's not. Let me see if I can find any.
Oh, you guys are ganging up on me, man.
No. We would never do that, Nancy. No, not at all. All right. So here's how the game works. If you're new to the show, I ask Nancy a question. Nancy has to it's simple. All she has to do is say yes or no. That's it. I'm going to ask her a question. She's got one of two answers to give me, yes or no. That's it. And then, we might keep track of those because,
Yeah, you might. Yeah.
Because why not? Ooh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Ooh, and it's time for yes or no. I like it.
Okay.
We'll have to work on that production a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad,
though. All right. So are you ready, Nancy French? Here is your first question of the game.
Uh-oh.
Is the Cape of Good Hope located in South America?
What? The Cape of Good Hope?
Yes, you know the Cape of Good Hope.
I don't know the Cape of Good Hope.
Is it located in South America?
Sure, why not?
Matt,
no, it's not.
Matt, give her the big wah wah wah. There we go. Matt, I'm going to give you a sign, and then you'll be able to wah wah her. I don't know what it is. I'll wink at you or something. That means it's a wah wah wah.
Okay.
That's a no. It's in South Africa. The Cape of
Okay.
The Cape of Good Hope is located in South Africa.
Did you know that?
Yes, I did know that. I did know that one.
Oh.
Nancy, you're not alone. I didn't know that.
All right. Okay. All right.
Thanks,
well, okay.
Becky, did you know it? Are you listening?
No, I don't know if Becky knew that one. I'm going to have to ask her. Okay. Now, here's the next one. Are all horses ponies when they are young?
No.
They are not.
They are not.
Ding, ding. You just said that. You didn't even know what that was.
No, I knew that.
Did you?
They're a colt when they're young.
Right. A pony.
I know about horses a little bit.
A pony is not a young horse. It is a different type of equine.
Correct.
Right. I want a pony. Who doesn't want a pony? What girl doesn't want a pony?
I knew that.
Yeah, you did. So you got one. Hold on. I got to write that down. All right. She got one.
Hold on.
Let me write that down. Okay. Number 3. Are you ready? Nancy,
yes.
Can a person survive with only one lung?
Yes.
That's true. Yes. Okay. Yes, you got applause on that one, too. Nancy, is aluminum the most abundant metal on Earth?
Jeez. Aluminum? Oh, no. I don't know.
That is not an option. It's yes or it's no, young lady. Choose one.
No.
Matt?
Oh, that was pretty, Tammy. That was pretty. That was a pretty wink.
I was trying to be sly, but I couldn't tell if you could see.
You had a hard time opening that eye back up. Do tell me, Tammy, what is the most abundant metal?
It's aluminum, Nancy. Aluminum.
Oh, that's right. It is aluminum.
Yes, it is aluminum. Yes, that is correct.
I was going to go with steel.
Listen, you can wake up Chad on any of these, but it just depends.
No,
okay,
it's just going to be more humiliating.
He tells you the truth. Okay, so here's our next question.
Yeah.
Nancy, can downhill skiers cross the finish line if both of their skis have fallen off? Can downhill skiers cross the finish line if both of their skis have fallen off?
You mean, does it count?
Yes.
Odd. Sure.
Matt.
I thought they were trying to trick me. Tammy, they're all trying to trick me.
Yeah, they're all of them. Every one of them.
Conspiracy.
They must have at least one ski on to cross the finish line to win. There you go.
Well, see, I know, but I thought they were trying to trick me.
I don't know. I mean, if you fall down and your skis fall off, I guess you can't walk across the finish line. I don't know. I guess not.
I was thinking you'd slide across.
Well, apparently, now we know. You can't.
Well, now we know.
Yes.
Now we know.
Hey, Nancy.
Yes, Tammy.
Is Jupiter the largest and heaviest planet in our solar system? How they weigh Jupiter, I don't know. But is it the largest and heaviest planet in our solar system?
Yes.
It is. Ding, ding, ding. Yay. Applause. There we go. Woo. Party favors for everyone. Let's see. Good. Okay, wait. I got to write that down. You got that yes in there.
Oh, you have to write that down that I got the point. I got to write that down.
I got to write that down. All right. Hey, okay. All right, Nancy.
Yes,
is
Tammy?
nitroglycerin the active ingredient in dynamite?
I don't know how to make dynamite.
Why not?
There's gunpowder.
Mm-hmm. Is nitroglycerin in it?
No, I don't think so.
It's okay. Have you heard of TNT?
Yeah.
The N is nitroglycerin.
Oh,
right? Yeah.
What's the T?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. What does it?
What is the T?
What was that?
Matt.
That was a different
what is,
wah.
Oh boy.
What does TNT stand for?
Oh, I don't. Matt will look that up.
Look that up.
I don't know.
The N is nitroglycerin. What's the T and the T? I don't know what they are. I don't know. I don't know.
Try. Oh, jeez, I can't.
You can't pronounce it.
this.
Try something you can't.
Oh, something long.
Trinitrotoluene.
Wow. Okay. No gunpowder?
No gunpowder. No, there's no G in TNT. Yeah. All right, Nancy.
What?
Can an Uber driver... Now, this is good. Now, you ready? Can an Uber driver rate you as a passenger when you travel with them?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, that's an easy one. Ding, ding, ding. And a yes.
I should only get a half a ding on that.
Why?
It's easy.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I think that's what we need.
Terrible.
Okay. Oh wait. Okay. I think we already did this one. Does
people think I eat all the time? I drink booze all the time in the air, and I'm dumb.
Hey, that's
what they think.
You know.
Matt.
That was funny.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? I got another question for you. Nancy, can an artist receive more than one star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
God. No.
Entertainers can be awarded more than 1 star to honor their contributions in multiple categories.
Oh, right.
So
yeah.
why you would need more than one? Couldn't they just like
Why
list
would you
as,
need one?
Yeah.
Why would you need more?
Can't we just increase your listing on your current star? You know?
Yeah, just chisel in a few
Yeah,
other things.
Add
there.
a few things. All right. So, I'm not keeping track of these anymore, Nancy. I'm not. All right. Are you ready?
Tammy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You should have a swizzle. Oh, eat a blueberry. They're brain food. You should eat one of those.
Okay.
Wait, eat them all, Nancy. Eat them all. Okay. Can you... Oh, she's going to spit up on the air. Okay. Nancy, can any structure on Earth be seen with the naked eye from the moon?
Can what on Earth? What?
Can any structure on Earth be seen with the naked eye from the moon?
I don't know.
The music's going to run out soon.
No, man. Oh my God. Oh.
There it is. Your time's up, girlfriend.
No.
She said no. You said no. No, she's right. No, you can't see it. That's correct.
Oh, she was right. But
Yes.
the time was out, though.
She was right.
Well, yeah, your time was up. That's true.
So what?
But,
That doesn't count.
We'll be here
Give
all
me a
day.
break.
So think of this question. Can any structure on Earth be seen with the naked eye from the moon? Of course not.
No.
You're on the moon. You can't see anything. I mean, I'm saying that's a hard no. Okay, Nancy. Do humans have 2 collarbones?
Well, they have 2 clavicle. They have yeah.
Let me ask you one more time. Do humans have 2 collarbones?
Yes.
Yes. They do. Yes.
It's called
Very
the
good.
clavicle.
Okay.
I know
all
some
right.
things.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. Hey, Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
Is Google the owner of YouTube? You don't know.
She's chewing.
She's chewing. I see the chewing.
I'm eating blueberries, man. It's not working.
They're not instant brain food. I mean, it's not like a smart pill or anything. Is Google the owner of YouTube, Nancy Friend?
Yes, sure. Why not?
That's it. Yes, they are. Ding, ding, ding. Very good. Very good. All right. Now you're on a roll, Nancy. I think it's the blueberries that are doing it. Nancy, is it possible for a leopard and a lion to have offspring? A leopard and a lion.
Yeah.
It is, yes.
Okay.
The hybrids are called leopons, Leopons. I'd never heard of this before.
I never heard.
And if they are the offspring of a male leopard and a lioness, or leopards if a male lion mates with a female leopard. So there you go. That's your little fun fact for the day. Well, you did pretty well. Let's see. We've got sponsored.
You sound like you're talking to a little kid.
Oh, I got 20 seconds to fly here, kids.
You did pretty well, Nancy.
You did well. You did well. Listen, thanks everybody for tuning in and tolerating us during our crazy atmosphere here. We appreciate you coming in, and we will see you on Monday. Have a fabulous weekend. Make good decisions. Until then, have a good one. Dino tomorrow. Tune in to Dino on Friday. Bye-bye.
At School of Rock, we've got something for everyone. We're located at 353 South Randall Road in Elgin, Illinois. For teens 12 to 18, our performance program prepares students for live shows at real rock venues. For ages 8 to 12, Rock 101 helps young musicians start their journey with private lessons and group rehearsals. Our rookies aged 6 to 7 explore instruments through fun games, while Little Wing, ages 4 to 5, introduces preschoolers to the basics of rock and roll music. And for adults 18 plus, we've got an exciting adult performance program for all skill levels, from beginners to experienced musicians. Visit the website at elgin.schoolofrock.com to sign up for a free trial. We start pre-enrollments in January, targeting a mid-February open. Unleash your inner rock star. Join us at School of Rock and let's make some noise.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 4 o'clock.
This is WRMN News.
I'm Marky B reporting. Prompted by what he calls radical changes in Illinois' criminal justice system, DuPage County Sheriff James Mendrick is skipping a potential third term as the county's top cop and setting his sights instead on the governor's mansion. Mendrick, a Republican from Woodridge, announced he will run for Illinois governor in the 2026 election. He's the first candidate to formally declare for the race. A St. Charles man is facing criminal charges after a stabbing inside his home early Wednesday morning. Stephen J. Perdue, age 34, of Chesapeake Road, is charged with armed violence and 2 counts of aggravated battery. According to the release, officers responded to reports of a man crying for help just before 1 a.m. on February the 26th on Chesapeake Road. Officers found a man bleeding significantly from a wound to his arm. Officers applied a tourniquet and immediately requested assistance from the St. Charles Fire Department. The victim told police that he and Perdue were friends, and he was inside Perdue's home when Perdue stabbed him. Officers located Perdue inside his home and attempted to make contact. When he did not comply, officers requested assistance from the Kane County SWAT team. Police obtained a search warrant, and SWAT team members extracted Perdue from the residence and took him into custody without further incident. And a Montgomery man has been charged with sexually assaulting 5 minors over 15 years. Michael G. Ferris, age 84, of South Main Street in Montgomery, is charged. Criminal sexual assault, 23 counts, a Class 1 felony, and aggravated criminal sexual abuse, a Class 2 felony, 67 counts. State's Attorney Jamie Mosser alleges that between January of 2008 and July of 2022, Michael Ferris committed acts of sexual penetration and contact with 5 victims between the age of 13 and 17. I'm Marky B, and this is the talk of the town.
Produced in Studio 14 by the River Media Network.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
I am Tricia Grosser, and this is what was happening in Elgin 100 years ago, February 27th. Crippled by the loss of Waldy, their star center, the Elgin Junior College and Academy Basketball 5 will invade Lake Forest tomorrow afternoon for a non-conference game with the Lake Forest College Quintet. The entire Hill School squad is somewhat the worse for the grueling battle with Crane last Wednesday night. And according to Coach Wheeler, his team is rather down in spirits over the defeat handed them by Crane in a game which decided the Northern Illinois Junior College Conference title. Captain Pope Turner, Lanky's center, who has been ineligible this season, will make the trip with the orange and black and will play center in place of Rakow, who strained ligaments in his knee in the Crane game. Hayward Biggers, Elgin High School athlete, is the original hard luck man. The Maroons sub forward who broke his collarbone in football practice after earning a place on the first team last fall, then fractured his shoulder again in basketball practice, and has now sprained his ankle in last evening's drill. The seriousness of the sprain is hard to determine, judging from the size of Bigger's ankle today and the intense pain. Coach Cliff Adams' Maroon squad is further crippled by the loss of Gaga Mills, who is confined to his home with tonsillitis.
Elgin 100 years ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 years ago at www.elginhistory.org.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. A wind advisory is in effect from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 48, falling to around 44, and gusty winds up to 35 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 31, rising to around 33 overnight. Currently, it is 44 and partly cloudy. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
If you've been waiting to hear Macy's winter clearance, now's the time. Get everything you've been eyeing all season long at prices that are worth the wait. How good? Think 40 to 70% off coats, sweaters, boots, and more. Plus, come in and get an extra 20% off all your clearance purchases. That's up to 75% off. So if you've been waiting to treat yourself to something cute and cozy, hurry into Macy's now, because you're not the only one ready to score amazing winter deals. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga. My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hello, my fellow Americans, and good day to our friends around the world. This is a political talk show here on WRMN. That's WRMN 1410 and WRMN1410.com. The 1410 is the AM dial, in case you're one of those cool cats that still have one of those rocking in your house or in your car. Why don't you go ahead and leave us a like on the AM dial? What? That's craziness. That's nonsense. You like it by presetting us. If you like what you're hearing right now, you like what you're hearing later, you like what you heard earlier today, you will like something here on WRMN. So why not just hold down that number one and put us on your favorite preset right there. We could be number 2 as well. That's okay. If you want to put us on the preset number 2, I'll take that one as well. But somewhere in the top 5, please, please. WRMN has been broadcasting 75 years. It's amazing. I haven't been here that amount of time, but I've been here for a little bit and I like it. So welcome to Apolitical Talk Show. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I'll be walking you through the next 2 hours. I will have my friend Ben Demonium Boquest here on the second hour, where we will break down some of these headlines. And because he's in studio, we'll be able to open up those phone lines as well. You can also hop in on YouTube, youtube.com. You can find us at WRMN Radio on there. Leave us a like and subscribe. There's about 60% of you that watch quite regularly that don't hit that subscribe button. I see you there. I get to look at the numbers. Why don't you just reach up and hit that that like and subscribe over there. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. You'll get notifications when we go live, or if you don't want to be bombarded with the like 1 or 2 notifications we send out a day, then go ahead and turn off the bell. That's okay. We are live most of the time on YouTube, and you can find us right there. Just like you tune into your AM dial, you hop in on YouTube on that channel, and you get to see us. Hey, how are you? You'll get to see Sue Castle and Marky B. So Susie C. and Marky B on the air on Monday morning. The WRMN morning show will be there. All the first shifters calling in and being a part of the show there. Thank you again for being here on this show. This is the political show, or a political show, really, but the political show that you're not really going to get kicked out of here because you are from a different team or you got a different belief. In the market of ideas, We need more shopkeepers. We need more people to feel like they can express something. Because for me, there's no quicker way to find the answer or find the truth than for me to say a lie on the internet. You'll get 6 or 7 people that'll jump up and correct you for it. But I welcome that. I welcome corrections. I welcome your opinions. That's what we do around here. That's how we can have this discourse. Imagine if the founding fathers didn't listen to each other at all. It's like Benjamin Franklin says, "Well, I'm not going over there. That's got that Thomas Jefferson fellow over there." John Adams and Thomas Jefferson didn't really like each other so much. That's why the Democratic Republicans split into that side. So maybe we all pull together and maybe we pull up the Democratic Republicans again. I think we can all agree on some Jeffersonian democracy. We don't necessarily have to follow everything that the gentleman did. I mean, he did own 600 plus slaves, only released the 10 that were in his family, honestly. So yes, we can't take all of our idols and say everything. There's only one person for that. It was Jesus, maybe Gandhi, but Mother Teresa. Okay. Maybe there's a few other examples that are out there, but today we are going to break down, like we had said, we are going to talk about the reconciliation and the reconciliation bill that was passed by the House. Some people have called it one big, beautiful bill. And that's what they asked for. So that's what they kind of put together for it. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is that big bill. And that big bill has some cuts. It has some additions to things. If we've got more time in the hour, we will actually kind of go I like the how did we get here type of side to things. It's one thing to fix a problem, talk about a problem, but you have to kind of know how you got there so that you don't stumble into it again. When you start walking down that path again and you go, oh, wait a minute, this feels familiar. What's at the end of this? I don't think it was cake and ice cream. I think it was a giant $50 trillion deficit. Now, it's not that high now, but I haven't read you the bill. So this is an outline. The bill that's here is an outline. This is House Reconciliation Bill number 14. If you want to look for it, if you're looking for the link directly, I will have it on my Substack later on after the show is posted on the podcast. Yeah, that's right. The show's posted on the podcast. And if you're interested in podcast, Somebody Knows Something, which is brought to you by the Elgin Police Department, is exploding. Jump in to see where thousands of people have already listened to those episodes. You guessed it, it's on your favorite podcasting platform. Apolitical talk shows there too, but I recommend listening to that one. That one's way more entertaining than guy going through budget reconciliation over here. Yesterday we talked about hyperbole. I will try to refrain any erroneous hyperbole and only give you the hyperbole that we all know and love, like I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. Drinking like a fish, or metaphors are hyperbole, et cetera, et cetera. So thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. So let's get into it for here. So in the budget reconciliation, it's an outline. It's not a end all be all. This is the way we're going to do it. This is the details. No. There are no details. In fact, it is so vague. In the first 40 pages, it's all just a list of numbers. Line item A, line item B, as it goes through. When you start to get maybe into page 42, 43 of the thing, and trust me, do not read the first 40 some pages. Now, you might want to read the intro and just kind of go from there. But the first 40 some pages are literally just line item type of budget reconciliation side, saying, okay, we spent this much on this time, and now we spent this much on that time. And it's kind of like the actual reconciliation part of it. And then at about page 40, they start tacking on exactly what their plan is. And this is more of an outline than it is from than it is an actual tax bill. You'll notice when you do peruse it, I recommend doing it. You might as well, they had to read it. They're the ones that are voting for it. If you would like to hold them to account, you should read it too. But let me at least give you the overview for it. That way you can still hop around the water cooler and still have at least some sort of knowledge on it. So in the bill itself, there is no cuts to Medicare, or no specific cuts to Medicare. There is a giant dip that's in there, but there is no specific, we want to slice up Medicare, because that's political suicide. It is. It just is. It's the, what do they call it? The political third rail are the entitlement programs, especially the entitlement programs for the elderly and the people who have medical issues that the government is really helping with. Medicaid does help a lot for nursing homes as well, and Medicaid, 40% of the people on Medicaid are children. So we did that. I think Monetary Monday, we talked about entitlements. It's still on that podcast. That's the beauty of podcasting, is I don't have to say, hey, go back to the YouTube channel, which you can go back to the YouTube channel, watch the video from there, but you can go directly to the podcast and go, what was that time he did it? The best part is if you use Spreaker to find that podcast, the transcript is actually there. So with the transcript, you'll be able to peruse through the entire hour and not necessarily get lost scrubbing back and forth for everything, if you're more of a reader versus an audiobook type of person. But what this is an outline for the committees. So since it is one giant bill, what they did is they passed it as an outline and said, these are our goals. Hey, committees, take this number and go deliberate on these numbers. If they can't hit the numbers, whether it's the increase, the decrease, the left, the right, the whatever else, they can't fit this number here, then they have put in a few clauses that they will lower other numbers to kind of make up for it. So we're going to hit a quick break here before we get into it, but I just wanted to give you kind of the overview of what this is. This is not a tax bill. This is not a necessarily a full budget bill. This is what the president and the Congress want. So committees go do it. We're literally watching the levers of government and the gears of government turn. It is slow. I agree with you. It's slow. It's not very fast. But I mean, here we are in like the fourth, fifth week of actually having a new president, and I mean that's pretty quick to get a bill out of there. Especially with a plan that's here. It passed at 217 to 215. So it passed by one vote, right? Because that one vote would move over to the other side. Then it'd be 215, math. So when we come back, we're going to talk about the different committees, the Committee of Agriculture, the Committee of Armed Services, Education, Energy and Commerce, Financial Services, all of these different committees, and now their new budgetary goals. We'll talk about the committees and what they actually serve and fall under, and maybe where these cuts are going to be. But again, nowhere in this bill does it say a direct cut to Medicaid. Now, does it tell the committee that runs Medicaid to say, hey, find some money to cut? Yes, it absolutely does say that. But it does not say specifically cut these programs. Just like it doesn't say specifically to cut taxes on Social Security and tips and all of the other things. It's not saying that those things cannot happen. They left that door open, but this bill does not have those specifics in it. So anybody who tells you that it is are lying, right? I'll help you point out the liars right now. Anybody who says that in the bill it has tax exemption for tips and Social Security and anything else doesn't have it. It also does not have the direct cuts to Medicare. So you got both sides of the aisle lying about this particular bill, and we will help you break it down right after this.
Around the House every Saturday night from 5 to 7 p.m. on WRMN AM 1410.
Thanks, buddy.
If you're a homeowner or contractor looking to tackle those projects that feel a bit too big, this is the show for you. Join Eric along with his knowledgeable guests as they dive deep into everything from DIY renovations to creating a healthy home environment. We'll provide you with the tools and tips you need to complete your projects with confidence and ease. But it's not all work and no play. We believe in having fun. Our passion for home improvement shines through as we help you save time, money, and reduce the stress of DIY. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, don't miss Around the House. Tune in every Saturday night and let's tackle those home projects together.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers' rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-509-TERM. 866-509-TERM. 866-509-TERM.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast to Coast right here on WRMN 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Newry with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Whether you're working third shift or you're just a night owl, catch the most listened to overnight talk radio program in North America, Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
Welcome back to A Political Talk Show on WRMN, WRMN 1410 AM, and of course, the amazing, beautiful, best website in the entire world, WRMN1410.com. Thank you very much for being here. Thanks for engaging, right? Even with your own brain right now in your car or listening on the smart speaker or watching on YouTube. Really appreciate the engagement of your mind. Right there, that's the WRMN 1410 website. So tasty right there. Go ahead and check that out. But we appreciate you being here, appreciate you being a part of it. And like I said yesterday, don't just hear, let's listen. Let's kind of get that internalization for the things. Don't take my opinions and internalize them. Take my opinions, take the facts that I'm giving you, and then maul them around in your own brain and then decide what you'd like to do. There's nothing I don't like. I guess there's a couple of things I've got pet peeves on, but the biggest one for me is somebody who has somebody else's opinion. Right? I get this a lot for maybe the pineapple on pizza crowd. Right? The people that have never tried it before, never done anything, they just heard all of the bad stuff that's out there. Or I don't know, the other side of it of I also think that Metallica is overrated. Now there's a lot of people that will fight me on that, so I say that in the confines of my own studio. But that's part of the opinions. Make an opinion, try a thing. Researcher, look at it. Don't just turn around and say, "Oh, pineapple on pizza is gross and Metallica's the best rock ever." Like, get an opinion. Get one. Don't go to the shelf. Don't go to the news article. Get your own opinion. Now you can start your own opinion with somebody else's. That's a good stepping stool. Read 6 or 7 other opinions and see where you land. That's what we try to do here at Apolitical Talk Shows. I want to make sure that you have the foundation of the facts and things so that when you do go out into the world and listen to the other media or hear the other talking heads or listen to the other pundits or read an article or hear somebody say something at work, you are able to back up your opinions. Not necessarily fact check somebody, not necessarily, actually, you're right. You don't need to do all of that. But have a strong opinion for yourself. You wouldn't have a strong opinion about movies if you didn't watch the movie, right? Why would you ask somebody at the library about this particular book if they've never read it before? Now, they may turn around and say, like the librarian may turn around and say, "Hey, I read something about this thing," or I read maybe the Spark Notes or something like that for us. So they may be a bit more informed on that side. But inform yourself. Get a little bit of that responsibility back. You're gonna let somebody just feed you. Here's the fact for you. It's tasty. Well, you spit up a little fact on your chin there. Come on, you're an adult. Unless you're not an adult, you will be one day. So we're going to talk a little bit about the committee here in the next last 4 minutes we got in this segment, and then we'll jump into more of those committees for it, because we're breaking down the budget bill, the budget reconciliation bill, House Bill 14. If you follow the Substack, I'll have a link that's on there too with our notes for this. But the first one right off the bat is the Committee on Agriculture. That is going down by $230 billion. That's their goal, is to bring that down. Well, what is the jurisdiction of the Agriculture Committee? Well, it oversees agriculture policy and the food assistance programs and rural development and forestry. So all of those things are part of the agricultural side. The $230 billion is going to come out of somewhere. So that could be the reduction in farm subsidies. That'll cut the financial assistance provided to farmers. They could cut crop insurance programs. That's part of what they've got for it. They've also got SNAP and food assistance programs. That's a place that they can possibly tighten up the eligibility criteria and say only these people can have it, or we're going to raise the income limit, or whatever you've got for that. They've also got the rural development funding limitations, and that's a potential impact on infrastructure and economic support programs in rural areas. So you talk about public drainage, maybe they've got a country road or a county road that needs to get put together. The county will more than likely get a grant or so from something like that. Well, Committee on Agriculture has to drop, according to this, $230 billion with a B dollars. If I had to guess what is probably going to come out, a little bit of everything. It's going to be a little bit of everything. Some of the farm subsidies, some of the crop insurance, SNAP program, and that rural development. So let's talk about a boon. Committee on Armed Services, that is getting $100 billion increase. The jurisdiction oversees military funding, Department of Defense programs, and national security initiatives. So they're actually getting $100 billion off of that one. With a B, by the way, billion. Lots of money with a billion. If I made, $100,000 a week, it would take me 10,000 years to make $1 billion. Yeah, $1 billion is a big money. And here's 100 of them. $100 billion for it. This will be the increase in personnel spending, so higher salaries and benefits for the military. We've also got new weapon systems, probably not the F-35s. Those are still not made. We've also got the expanded military operations because that's what we're going to more than likely have to do if we decide to take over Gaza. And then we also have infrastructure improvements. That's military bases, housing, training facilities. So the Committee on Armed Services is getting an extra $10 billion, and the agriculture is losing $230. We'll go into a bunch more of the things that are in here. The Committee on Education and Workforce is losing $330 billion. We'll be right back.
With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by Sky Rizzi. The Kane County Coroner's Office releasing significant data on veteran suicides. Between 2020 and 2024, suicides in Kane County totaled 224, with 13 veterans among them. The peak year 2021 seeing 5 veteran suicides that year. A tragic accident early Monday morning. A 69-year-old pedestrian struck and killed by multiple vehicles on Route 31 at Miller Road in Dundee Township. The man wearing dark clothing was hit by a Chevrolet Cruze, an Acura, and a Cadillac, all driven by local residents. While the drivers stopped to assist, emergency services responded quickly. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. College of DuPage inviting the community to explore careers in health sciences March 13th from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Attendees can engage with faculty, tour the state-of-the-art labs, and participate in hands-on demonstrations at the Health and Science Center in Glen Ellen. With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 16, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Image 360 South Elgin is your ultimate destination for custom signs and visual communication solutions. Looking to rebrand your office interior? Need striking vehicle wraps or decals for your fleet? Or perhaps you're in the market for a standout trade show display? At Image 360 South Elgin, they've got you covered. As your full-service custom sign and graphics partner, they deliver bold solutions and exceptional support. From outdoor signage to eye-catching store signs, indoor graphics to comprehensive branding solutions, they have the experience to elevate your brand's presence. Trust Image 360 to create a long-term partnership that gives your brand 360 degrees of exposure. Visit them at 506 Sundown Road in South Elgin. Image 360 South Elgin. Bold solutions, exceptional support.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 48, temperatures falling to around 44, and gusty winds up to 35 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 31, temperatures rising to around 33 overnight. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 56. Currently, it is 45 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-894-3737. That's 800-894-3737.
Day political talk show on WRMN, WRMN 1410 AM, and WRMN1410.com. Hey, I bet you didn't know this because I literally just signed the contract this morning. AP News is coming to WRMN. We just got a contract on that. So now, with that coming together, you will now have news and weather at the top and bottom of the hour. National news at the top of the hour, and we will have local news at the bottom of the hour for those listeners here on WRMN. For right now, that is Monday through Friday. We are still trying to figure out all the different things that are happening as far as the weekend goes, because I've got a new church that's coming over as well. We'll have a Methodist, a Lutheran, and a Catholic church now. I think I'm still working on a Baptist. We'll see what we can get. But lots of different community activities that are coming. We're starting to see the spring. We're starting to get some of these May and June type of things put together in our schedule. So stick around for more WRMN and wave at us when you see us out in the world. If you're driving past and you see WRMN out there, you see a WRMN sticker, ask somebody about it, because they more than likely listen too. It's really good way to kind of recognize each other out there in the world as listeners. And if you've got anything that you would like to promote, or anything that you would like us to know about or research, or hey, there's a thing that's over here that happened, or last night I saw a bunch of police cars out on this other side, or you know what's that what are you talking about with the dam that's happening, or all of the different things that are happening all in the community of the Fox River Valley, go ahead and send us a message and jump in. 505-926-1410 is that text message, that text line, 505-926-1410. We also take pictures of pets, and we also take pictures of pets and grandchildren, and really good manicured lawns and memes and all of the different things that just kind of come down into the pipe there. Dutchman's already on YouTube. You can join there as well. He says, hi, everyone. Hi, Jeff's Train World. Welcome, Jeff's Train World. I saw you over there on Tammy's show, too. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe as well, so that way you know every time that we're live and you get that nice little notification. So we're breaking down the bill here from the House. Now, the Senate is working on another bill themselves. So like most things, it's got to kind of pass through all of these different sides before it even gets up to the president. And even then, with this kind of committee outline and things, we'll see what it's got to bring into, because we're not really seeing a lot of details, and I don't think the details are going to come up before the March, it's like 15th or something deadline, the Ides of March type of doomsday type of thing. But that's where Speaker Johnson was on CNN just the other day, explaining a lot of this too, about how they're more than likely not going to get a lot of this passed until after that March deadline, because I mean the Committee for Education and Workforce has to find $330 billion to cut. Like that doesn't take weeks, despite what you might see on television right now. And even then, if you look at the numbers are now coming out in the first month's expenses of the United States, and the expenses this month are about $100 billion more than they were 4 years ago, even during the pandemic of the first 30 days of the Biden administration. So even during the pandemic, it wasn't this much. It could be, I'm not going to point it all on Doge's lap, but for the most part, that organization makes $7 million a week. $7 million to run Doge. How many weeks of Doge could pay for forestry salaries. But we're not here to necessarily go after that part. We're here to break down what the outline was passed. So we already talked about defense, which is the Committee of Armed Services. This is all House committees. Armed Services is going to get another $100 billion, and the Committee on Agriculture is going to lose $230. So the Committee on Education and Workforce is going to subtract $330 billion. This committee handles education policy. So K through 9, higher education, workforce development programs, and labor laws. So it's not just education. It's not just Pell Grants and school grants and all of the other things that are there. This also deals with labor laws. And with this one, I could see where this $330 billion deficit is within the Trump plan, or the President Trump plan. Sorry, I'm trying to be better at that. So I still call him Biden, but whatever. Because we have this push to remove the Department of Education. Well, where do they get their funding from? So that's where another push is. They're trying to push education back down to the state level. And we can talk about the Article 4 or the 10th Amendment, and I might put something together for that side. But that's kind of where Article 4 and the 10th Amendment go. If the federal government doesn't have that specific responsibility, so let's say the federal government says we're no longer going to be responsible for education. Because of Article 4 and the 10th Amendment, it automatically defaults to the state. It just does. The 10th Amendment is anything that isn't a specific power of the central government is therefore passed down to the states. So what does the Committee on Education and Workforce do? Well, the budget adjustments could have reductions in federal student aid programs, possible cuts to Pell Grants, federal student loans, and loan forgiveness initiatives. So I don't think they're going to turn around and turn on loans that they've already forgiven, but it's going to make it a lot harder for anybody to have a loan forgiven. So it could also decrease funding for job training and workforce programs, fewer resources for vocational training. I went to a vocational school. I went to an electronics vocational school, and I wouldn't have been able to learn all of those things if I didn't have the grants to make sure that was available in high school. Also, employment services for that side too. The potential impacts on public school funding is the reduction of federal assistance for low-income school districts. So we're talking about, I think it's Title I, if I had to remember what that one is to move more funding into more impoverished neighborhoods than to keep it in the affluent. This also will affect school lunch programs. So if you are interested in having that school lunch for people, maybe we do find the Black Panthers to take over for that over there, but we knew where that turned out. So the Committee on Energy and Commerce is the biggest one. This is absolutely the large enchilada. This is where the Democrats are crying. The sky is falling. It's there, and you know what? I might sing with them too. It's a good chorus that I like to round every once in a while. But what's happening with the Committee on Energy and Commerce? This covers energy policy, healthcare, and telecommunications regulations. So if we're talking about fact checkers, boom, right here, energy and commerce. We're talking about subsidies for oil executives. Boom, right here on the energy and commerce. We're talking about Medicaid, Medicare. Boom, energy and commerce. Where are they going to find $880 billion? Well, I'll probably guess that they're not going to take it from the fuel subsidies because drill, baby, drill, even though we are the largest producer of oil already. We are already number one. Why do we have to be better than the number one we are right now? There is no number half. There is no number zero. There's number one, and we're it. So they're not going to cut the subsidies for it. Trust me, you know the game. I know the game. It's why should we pretend that it doesn't going to happen? Oh, Sonar, you don't know that. We all know that they have it. We all know that the oil, that the healthcare, that the everything else that's there, because Medicaid and Medicare that's in here can't haggle prices. It's against the law for it. And if we start cutting lawyers out of the Energy and Commerce Division, they're not going to fight to get it done. So what we could see, even though everybody's saying we won't, I will tell you that we will. They'll tell you all day, no, we're not going to touch the thing. We're not going to do the stuff. They're going to do the stuff. They're going to touch the thing. They're going to cut it. It's going to happen. You do not get $880 billion out of something without cutting. The way that they're going to guise it, though, is that there's a bunch of fraud. It's all out there. There's illegal people that are getting all of these different things. There's just an executive order just the other day of how illegal immigrants can't get Social Security. They can't. They don't have Social Security numbers. It may be something different than Social Security that illegal immigrants might be getting, but this is absolutely that straw man type of thing of like, whoa, look how bad it is. We need to cut $880 billion from Medicaid. So that's where the healthcare cuts may end up being. They'll tell you all day. They're going to tell you. They're going to say it. They're going to do whatever. Just like they said, the tax cuts weren't for the wealthy. Just like they said they were going to fix the economy. Just like they said they were. Look, they say a lot of things to keep their job. The number one thing in politics is survival. If you are already the thing, you are already the incumbent, there are hundreds of people behind you that are trying to take that job. It's survival. So I will tell you all day, I'm not going to do the thing. I'm not going to do the thing. I may be walking towards doing the thing. I may have opened up the door to go do the thing. I may be like 3 or 4 steps away from doing the thing, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not there. I haven't touched you yet. And then they do and go, well, you know what? It was justified. I don't know why you're so upset. Energy subsidies, the decrease of government support for renewable energy projects, that's probably what's going to get pulled. It won't be the fossil fuels. It will be, they will move from solar and things and move to clean coal. I don't know if you've ever seen coal or touched coal before, but I would like somebody to explain how it's clean. Cuts to environmental regulations will also come in for energy and commerce, reducing funding for climate initiatives and pollution control measures, the carbon capture initiatives that we've been putting together, or any of the other subsidies for that. They will also change the telecom policies, possible deregulation of broadband services. So while your internet is a little bit cheaper, or if you're in one of those rural areas that just doesn't get a lot of internet or have that access, that's in the Inflation Reduction Act and a couple other places that they're still working on, you may have to end up paying more. Do you imagine, because you're all the way out in nowhere land in the middle of the cornfield, that you now will have to pay hundreds of dollars for your internet? Yes, because they're delivering it to you. It's unregulated. Deregulation isn't always the best. Some regulation, not over-regulation, is better, but you still have to have rules. Nobody turns around and says, man, I wish I could bounce or dribble the basketball in the stands and then go for the shot. That would be a lot better. Yeah, but there's rules. There's regulations. Yeah, I'm sure I can make a 3-point shot if the 3-point shot was actually a layup instead, and I just called it a 3-point shot. If there's no rules. So The other side we're going to look at too is the Committee on Financial Services. This is only $1 billion that comes down. This oversees banking, securities, insurance, housing, and you guessed it, consumer protection. So cuts to financial regulation enforcement. This will reduce the oversight in the banking and investment practices, not like we're having banks here and there fail, or if maybe there was another run on a bank. Let's just get rid of those regulations. Decreased funding for mortgage assistance programs, the possible impact on affordable housing and home ownership. You've got that first-time home buyers loan as well that comes out. Super secret is if you wait 3 years, you're a first-time home buyer again. So maybe they close that loop. That might save the extra $1 billion. Buy one time, that's it. First-time home buyer, done. Don't buy 2, 3, 8 more off of that same first-time home buyer side. We will also probably see, and we've started to see, the lowering of the funding of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. That's the bureau that keeps the banks and the federal government from taking all your money. That's the one that said, hey, maybe we should only do a $5 one-time overdraft fee for people that literally have no money. They don't have any money. You took more money. They have negative money, and you wanted to take more. They don't have it. It just to me, it's that type of predatory type of thing. Is it gets you into a hole where now you are in debt forever. We've also got the Committee on Homeland Security. We're going to get $90 billion increase on that one. This manages domestic security, disaster relief, and immigration enforcement. They are planning, and at least the rumor mill of whatever they were talking about as far as the czar, the border czar, Hoser, something like, I can't remember his name. Homan, that's it. Homan. Czar Homan, I don't know, not secretary. Anyway, that's where a lot of this 90 billion is going to go in. This is something that they have been planning for a while to put more money into border security. This is where Homeland Security is going to get that extra 90 on the bump. They're also going to work on cybersecurity and counterterrorism enhancements. The other side we've got a bump on is the Committee on the Judiciary. That is a whopping $110 billion increase. This covers legal policy, law enforcement agencies, FBI, DOJ, and those immigration courts. So it's kind of a 1-2 punch with this, where there's about $200 billion going into the immigration side. And it's immigration on the border security. And then there's also the immigration for the immigration courts to start working on that backlog. And I think the 1-2 punch for them is to cut off the majority of the flow. They're not going to completely cut off everybody going in, but they will slow down the income and put more money into the immigration courts so that they can start working on that backlog as well, both in the people that are coming in directly and also the people that are being pushed out, so they can get more of that. Now, I'm sure the FBI and DOJ are going to get a little taste of that too, because that's part of that Committee on the Judiciary. Here's the other one that's losing $1 billion, just a $1 billion, not $100 billion nor $880 billion. Just $1 billion. That's the Committee on Natural Resources. Federal land management, water resources, energy exploration, and Native American affairs all happen within the Natural Resources Committee. This includes, the only way to get this done, cuts to national parks, decreased environmental protection funding, and adjustments to federal land leasing policies. This is the other one that is kind of gone under the radar, is they are looking to start leasing more federal land out there in the world. I'm working on a whole forestry and land preservation side of it. I think we're going to end up with that probably in on Wednesday. We'll do like a Word Wednesday or something like that for this, or next Thursday, because it does deal with a lot of legislation. So losing $50 billion, that's the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. Well, wait a minute. I thought we wanted more oversight in government reform. Oh, okay. Well, let's just we got Doge, right? And now it's redundant. This jurisdiction for this committee handles government operations, federal workforce policies, and oversight responsibilities. Well, heck, it sounds like these are Doge. Are you sure this isn't Doge? I think I found the real Doge. The potential budget adjustments for this, because this committee is losing $50 billion. We're going to see the reduction of the federal workforce, salaries, and benefits, hiring freezes, pension adjustments. Ooh, yeah. You graduated from work, right? you retired from that side of the government workforce, and maybe they adjust your pension for you, right? You don't need all that money, right? You don't need all of it. The Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure is another one. We're coming up to 5 till the top of the hour, so we've only got a couple more minutes left, so I'm going to run through these pretty quickly. We're right towards the end. This is the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure. They're going to be losing $10 billion in their budget. It manages national infrastructure. So we're actually losing $10 billion for highways, rail, and aviation systems. While we have unprecedented amounts of aviation, let's say confusion, right? To be a little bit nicer, they are losing $10 billion from that transportation and infrastructure side of it. This will decrease transportation grants. It will be local municipalities that will pick up potholes and bridges and things like that. Also, it will cut public transit funds. Amtrak, the urban networks, the CTA, the Metra are all going to start to lose some of those fundings. Well, like Chip Roy said, he won't vote for a bill to increase spending unless we have these massive cuts. So this all brings into the committee in ways and means. They are the ones that are in control of tax policy, Social Security, Medicare, and revenue-related measures. They have been called to increase by 4.5 trillion with a T. Yeah, a T. Boop, 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 a T. This is where they're looking to fund all of these things. All the other stuff was like a negative side. They are going to increase the deficit by $4.5 trillion. Now, this includes the continuation of the 2017 tax cuts. So they'll keep doing that. I think we had a big old deficit on that one. I think was somewhere around, oh my goodness, I think it was like $2.5 trillion or something like that. I'd have to research it again. But it was somewhere in the 2 trillion-ish type of side for it for the 2017 tax cuts. What's new in these is they are looking to still do the Social Security tax cut. They're also looking to do tips as well. Here's the problem is what if I'm a billionaire with my own company and I say my whole salary is tip? Yeah. That's the loophole we got to make sure we get. Coming up in the next hour, we've got Bendemonium Boquest is going to help me run down those headlines. I hope you will jump on the phone lines, 847-931-1410. I see you there on the old YouTube. Hop in over there too. WRMN Radio, a political talk show. Be right back.
Political party poopers got you down? Shake it off and join me, Dennis Sonar Green, every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. on WRMN for A Political Talk Show, where we cut through the doom and gloom with a focus on America first, constitutional values, and a populist perspective that puts you, the citizen, at the center of the conversation. At WRMN, the talk of the town, we're not afraid to challenge the status quo and bring you the straight talk you need. Whether you're frustrated with the political establishment or looking for a clear, some nonsense analysis, this show has you covered. Tune in. Let's take on the issues together with a fresh, unfiltered approach. Catch us every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. on WRMN, A Political Talk Show. WRMN, the talk of the town.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 5 o'clock.
This is WRMN News.
Hello, I'm Dennis Green. President Trump says in order for the Russia-Ukraine war to end, concessions would have to be made on both sides. News Nation's Robert Sherman reports.
In terms of concessions, he said Ukraine could, quote, forget about NATO, but that Russia would have to leave something on the table as well.
Will he have to make concessions, President Putin?
Yeah, he will. He's going to have to. And I believe that because we got elected, that war will come to an end.
President Trump will meet Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House Friday to sign an agreement that calls for Ukraine to give the U.S. revenue from its rare minerals, while Ukraine wants security guarantees to prevent Russia aggression in return. President Trump says he wants Europe to provide that security. There's been a shakeup at the Washington Post. News Nation's Laura Engel reports.
The opinion editor David Shipley resigned after the Post's owner, Jeff Bezos, said the opinion page will embrace, quote, personal liberties and free markets and will not publish opposing viewpoints. Bezos said after careful consideration, David decided to step away. This is a significant shift. It won't be easy. That's just the latest change for the media in Trump's Washington after the White House announced it will pick its own press pool for the first time in a century.
President Trump's press secretary says her staff will now choose who has access to the president, which is being criticized as an attack on the free press. For WRMN News, I'm Dennis Green. Listen Monday morning where the new host Sue Castle joins Marky B for the morning show starting at 6.
WRMN News, produced in Studio 14 by the River Media Network.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
I am Tricia Grosser, and this is what was happening in Elgin 100 years ago, February 27th. Crippled by the loss of Waldy, their star center, the Elgin Junior College and Academy Basketball 5 will invade Lake Forest tomorrow afternoon for a non-conference game with the Lake Forest College Quintet. The entire Hill School squad is somewhat the worse for the grueling battle with Crane last Wednesday night. And according to Coach Wheeler, his team is rather down in spirits over the defeat handed them by Crane in a game which decided the Northern Illinois Junior College Conference title. Captain Pope Turner, Lanky's center, who has been ineligible this season, will make the trip with the orange and black and will play center in place of Rakow, who strained ligaments in his knee in the Crane game. Hayward Biggers, Elgin High School athlete, is the original hard luck man. The Maroons sub forward who broke his collarbone in football practice after earning a place on the first team last fall, then fractured his shoulder again in basketball practice, and has now sprained his ankle in last evening's drill. The seriousness of the sprain is hard to determine, judging from the size of Bigger's ankle today and the intense pain. Coach Cliff Adams' Maroon squad is further crippled by the loss of Gaga Mills, who is confined to his home with tonsillitis.
Elgin 100 years ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.org.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 48, temperatures falling to around 44, and gusty winds up to 35 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 31, temperatures rising to around 33 overnight. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 56. Currently, it is 45 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-894-3737. That's 800-894-3737.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to tackle your junk piles? Call the Junk Luggers. From old furniture to entire cleanouts, we do the heavy lifting. And here's the best part. We rehome and recycle as much as possible to keep it all out of landfills. Feel good about your cleanout the green way. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today for your eco-friendly, stress-free service.
Hello, my fellow Americans, and good day to our friends around the world. This is a political talk show on WRMN, WRMN 1410 AM, and WRMN1410.com. Multiple different places to listen. You're doing one of them. Thanks. Either on the AM dial or on the digital dial of YouTube, youtube.com/@WRMN radio is a place to go over there for that direct URL. You want another fancy URL? Well, that is the live stream. rdo.to/WRMN is the place to go. Was that too fast? Is it a little hard to remember? Well, go to WRMN1410.com and you don't have to remember much more than WRMN 1410, which you are again listening to right now. While you're on that page, Ben was nice enough to pull that up. While you're on that page, there are a few different ways to actually follow and subscribe and be a part of the community so that you aren't missing anything. We've got lots of different information that comes out for the community aspect of it. When there is a issue with the city maintenance, or maybe there is a train closure or a few other things here or there, this is the place to go so that you know what's happening. Marky B does a really good job of recapping the evening in the mornings, and now Sue Castle from Newman's Corner Pub will be joining him in the mornings for the WRMN morning show. Joining me in the Apolitical Talk Show right now is my friend and really good broadcaster as far as news and editing and getting everybody out there in the world. Congratulations on producing another top 10% podcast, Benjamin.
There we go. Ring the bell, I think. There we go.
That's
I love it. It's great to
Somebody
see.
knows something. Yes. Crested the top 10%. Elgin's own police department podcast. Two detectives that are looking for Karen. You talk a little bit about that, buddy, and why do you think it blew up so much?
Oh, man, it's just such a great example of what podcasting is nowadays and the best ways to really to promote it, to the preparation that these guys have in putting this together. I tell every client the same thing. You give us what you want your podcast to look like, and we will make it that. And up to there, the best way to promote it is really to insert your network, use your own network to promote it. And that's exactly what they did as far as getting it out there, getting a good press releases. They went and talked with the Daily Herald and really got the word out that, hey, we're doing this podcast. And they told everybody, hey, make sure you listen to it, download it, and did all that good stuff. And really, it comes down to the preparation.
Don't sell yourself short either, buddy. It's a good podcast. Like,
yeah,
it's not just good PR. It is a good listen.
For sure.
And I think it's every other week now that they come on, we play the podcast here on the air, and we actually do an interview with them about that particular episode. It's really neat. It's something to definitely jump into. So if you're on your favorite podcasting platform, look for Somebody Knows Something.
Yeah, it's a great show. And just to give you a little behind the scenes look, and like if you're trying to start a podcast, hey, Mr. Thorin's right there driving by the studio.
Hey, Thorin.
We need a Thorin podcast going on. But right now, like if you're trying to start a podcast, there's no amount of preparation that is too much. And these guys, coming from the field that they're in, it's no surprise that very prepared. And it's a multi-step type of process. And really, at the end of the day, it's the subject matter it's just so intriguing. That
what I like about it is the on location recordings that you guys have done as well. So you went to scenes, you went to not only I guess the scenes of the last place that anybody saw Karen, and also you've gone to a couple riverbeds to make sure that maybe some of these abandoned cars here and there might be it. So I think that really adds a really cool storytelling perspective to the podcast.
Definitely. And if another teaser here, keep your ear to the ground for the episodes coming up. I believe in a few episodes we'll be covering, we'll be going along with the dive team doing sonar on the riverbeds to look for cars and things like that. So that'll be another in-depth episode coming out as well. So
I would love to see a civilian sonar technician. I've never met one in my entire life.
Yeah.
It's always been military sonar technicians. I've never met a civilian sonar technician.
Yeah. Well, you'll get to know more about that process listening to Somebody Knows Something.
Ooh, it'll be so much fun. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, when we come back, what do you have kind of teed up that we're going to talk about?
There's a couple stories that we've kind of hit on in the last hour, or at least the process is going on. The CFPB drops its enforcement lawsuits against Capital One and Rocket Homes and more. So that's something. You've heard CFPB in the news a lot lately. Number of Americans filing for unemployment benefits raises to the highest level in 3 months. So, that's something.
A lot of layoffs.
And then also we've got news about Chief Justice Roberts' decision, let's say. More on that.
Great news. All great news coming up our way here on A Political Talk Show. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. That's Ben Demonium, Bo Quest, and you will be back after this.
99 in Elgin is a place to connect with family, friends, and your community. Moose Lodge 799 is conveniently located at 925 South McLean Boulevard, and they offer fun family activities, exciting community service projects, and live entertainment on the weekends. At Moose Lodge 799, you'll find a place to relax, make new friends, and be part of something bigger, like supporting the kids of Mooseheart. Doors at Moose Lodge 799 open at 2 p.m. Tuesday through Friday and at 11 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Join a welcoming group of members who share a passion for good times and giving back. Call 847-741-0799. That's 847-741-0799 for more information, or stop by and see what they are all about. Moose Lodge 799 in Elgin, where family, friends, and community are always invited to join.
If your restaurant's grease is causing problems, don't worry. Hopkins Grease Company is here to help. Since 1947, they've been providing reliable grease recycling, grease trap services, and more for restaurants across the Chicago suburbs. With a full fleet and expert staff, they offer quick professional service. And as a family-run business, they pride themselves on delivering personal service you can trust. Call Hopkins Grease today at 847-458-1010. That's 847-458-1010. Hopkins Grease, the Fox Valley Grease Boys.
Chicago defense attorney Mark Schieblo has co-authored the book titled DUI Jury Trial, which is a true story of a DUI case that he defended. The accused was an Illinois truck driver arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. This book contains facts about the case from the date of the arrest up to the jury's verdict, and this nonfiction novel also includes the transcripts from the jury trial itself. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
This is the Chef of Love, Chef Gennard, TV host and restaurateur. My grandparents harvested their land to sell food and share this overflowing bounty with our community. Grandma said, for every yam we pick, we give one away. In the world they cultivated, I love preparing and eating dinner with my family on Sundays. When our resources changed, food assistance programs sustained us. They gave me fuel to start my first culinary business at 16 years old, and inspiration to donate the extra food in my community. Through my life, I've developed an appetite to work with others to ensure everyone has access to the nutritious food we need to thrive. Together, we can help end hunger. Come on, join the movement with Feeding America by volunteering, donating, and advocating. Learn more at feedingamerica.org/act now.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to A Political Talk Show on WRMN. WRMN 1410 AM, and you guessed it, WRMN1410.com. Yes, exactly. Good. Follow along. I like it. Glad that you're hearing and listening, right? Two different things. I can hear a thing and go, whoa, what was that? I can listen to a thing and go, oh, that was a bird. So that's a different things. Listening is active. Hearing is like, whoa, my goodness, I heard a thing. You have to listen, right? Or is it the other way around, Ben? I can never remember. I think it is hearing. You hear a thing, and then are you listening to me? Type of thing. I don't know. It's one of those. You get it.
I like responding with heard, which implies that I was listening, and it was also
that
heard.
Also means you worked at a kitchen.
Yeah. Heard. Yeah, exactly.
Heard.
Corner.
Corner, right? Gangway. Door.
Yep.
Sharp.
Hot.
The other one.
All day. I need 3 sides all day. Sides of fries.
That's it. I need that. I need a rush. All kinds of different jargon and verbiage. We kind of went over that yesterday. I didn't use the word literally for Word Wednesday, but it was really, really heavily contextual in there because hyperbole was the word of the day yesterday, which you can listen to the podcast since we talked about podcasting. It is on your favorite podcasting platform that's over there. So it's back to that literally. There is no more literally anymore, Ben, and I'm sad for it.
Yeah. No, it was a sad day for the dictionary. I feel like dictionary and thesauruses.
It's like when everybody calls everything a podcast now. I don't like that either. Right. I don't want that. It's not podcast is audio.
Just call it a show. Yeah, come on.
Show, right? Here's my show. This is my stuff. Let's do it. Hey, what have you got on the deck first? What is there? This is all, we want to make sure we get that news and make sure we get it out there. But a little treat for everybody who didn't hear it in the first hour. We've got that AP, and the Associated Press is going to be joining WRMN Monday through Friday. And what that allows us to do is kind of shorten our national news a little bit, just by a minute. All we're doing is shaving an extra commercial out. But now what we're able to do is use that extra minute to put weather. So when we just had national news at the top and local weather and news at the bottom, we now have local news at the bottom and national news at the top, weather on both. So top of the hour, bottom of the hour weather, just in case you need that extra little reminder of how cold it is outside.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, what more could you want though from a newsing?
That's it. What do you got going on right now? What's the first article you want to tackle before the break?
Oh man, so many things. I think we've got a good amount of time to talk about this for a minute. The Chief Justice John Roberts pauses order from pauses order for Trump admin to pay $2 billion in foreign aid by midnight. So you may have heard of this throughout the week. Both decisions. Chief Justice John Roberts on Wednesday paused a court-imposed midnight deadline that would have required the Trump administration to release $2 billion in frozen foreign aid, a goal that the government has claimed it is unable to meet. The emergency appeal marks the first time President Trump's efforts so drastically remake the federal government, including with deep cuts across government agencies, have reached the nation's highest court. This case appears likely to put the justices on a collision course with Trump's sweeping efforts to consolidate power within the executive branch. Roberts' order does not resolve the underlying questions raised by the case. Rather, it imposed what's known as a quote administrative stay to give the court a few days to review written arguments in the case. Roberts is the justice designated to handle emergency cases from the Federal Appeals Court in Washington, D.C. The Chief Justice called for the groups that sued the administration to respond by Friday. The Trump administration raced to the Supreme Court late Wednesday, just hours before the midnight deadline, and urged the justices to step in immediately. The second time Trump has rushed to the high court since taking office last month. Another pending Trump-related case deals with the president's firing of the leadership at the Office of Special Counsel. Let's see. At issue in the latest appeal is billions of dollars in foreign aid from the State Department and the United States Agency for International Development that Trump froze in January as he sought to clamp down federal spending and bring it more in line with his policy positions. U.S. District Judge Amir Ali, nominated by President Biden, imposed a temporary order requiring that money to flow while he considered the case. And after the plaintiffs asserted that Trump administration had not adequately restored the funding, Ali responded by ordering payment by Wednesday at 11:59 Eastern Time of all foreign aid that had been completed by the time of his order. The Trump administration has told courts that it would make, quote, take, quote, multiple weeks to meet the judge's request. To now out of the article here, that was an article published by CNN. Thanks, guys. Check that out. Chief Justice John Roberts published order for Trump admin to pay $2 billion in foreign aid by midnight. So what is going on there? They couldn't go into the couch cushions at the Oval Office. They've been, they haven't saved enough money yet from Doggy to make the payment that they normally would have. What do you take from this whole thing?
I don't know. I think this is, I'm glad you led with the constitutional crisis first. That way we could just get it out of the way. But this is what it was. It's kind of like that thing when they take money out of account and you say, hey, you took that extra $5, that's not there, and you contest it, and then they go, no, well, it's going to take me 5 weeks to get the money back to you. Like, I know I took it out in 5 seconds. I know it was real quick that I took it out, but it's going to take me about 5 weeks before that check's in the mail. So 5 to 10 business weeks is what. So is this maybe a stall tactic that's there? Well, what isn't a stall tactic at this point? And so what Chief Justice Roberts did, and it wasn't just because Roberts like stepped in and was like, oh, Trump's my boy, I'm going to go in there and help him out. Anything that happens from the Washington, D.C. side, the Chief Justice is the next one up. Like each one of the Supreme Court doesn't just like hang out and like wait for stuff to show up. Like, there's no more problems in the United States. I'll take a 3-day week. Like
slow day today. Yeah. Slow court
so
day.
they're constantly being inundated by their districts. And this is another reason why people say we should expand the court to 13, because there are now nationwide, I think, 13 different districts that are there. So under Roberts' district, Supreme Court Justice Roberts, that's mean to just keep calling people by their last names, Boquest, but it's just
don't bother me none.
But Chief Justice Roberts oversees everything in the DC area. So that's where they had filed this lawsuit, and where the circuit judges essentially came back. Now, all cards on the table. These are Democrat appointed judges. There's usually 3 of them in the circuit judge type of side.
Sure.
It's kind of like a little mini Supreme Court before it gets to the big one. But
yeah.
They were all 3 there. So they definitely are on that side. And what they had decided, they said, hey, turn it back on. And he didn't. And he was like, I'm not even going to really acknowledge that it's going. In fact, he did acknowledge it, because he asked for everybody to be impeached. So I guess he did acknowledge it at least. But then there was a second stay, they call it a restraining order, but that's what it's called in general. I'll have to put on my my Esquire hat today. But what ended up happening is the third round wasn't nice. The third round was, here's a deadline, Wednesday midnight, do it, turn it back on, or you will be held in contempt or whatever, like just whatever it is. It would have started to boil over. And like we had talked about before, the judiciary does not have enforcing mechanisms. It would have been the executive branch arresting the executive branch, which is a whole nother thing. So it's crazy that we got so close to that before Justice Roberts jumped in. Justice Roberts jumped in and said, look, they say, and by they, Acting Solicitor General Sarah Harris, she said it is not tailored to any actual payment deadlines, with respondents of invoices drawn down, requests, any others, it's thrown out. It's a whole bunch of different things. She wrote specifically, the executive branch takes seriously its constitutional duty to comply with the orders of Article 3 courts. Article 3 is based off of the judicial side. So they did want to put that in there. So what Roberts did was he put an admin stay on it. And this is kind of, I think the last time we saw this was with Judge Cannon down in Florida. I think was the last time it was kind of in the same realm. I'm sure there are admin orders of stay that don't make it to the news. But that's what happened, is he put that order of stay on so that they could either have the time to turn it back on, or to turn around and actually litigate it. But in the process of the appeals, it's not Supreme Court time yet. It is it's still in the circuit courts that are in right now. Let's go to David real quick. We got about 2 minutes left in the in this half hour. David, how are you, buddy? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Hi, yeah, good. Hopefully you're all good.
Good. What'd you like to talk about real quick?
Oh, real quick. Again, it's just today's ridiculous society, and, a lot of this we know why, because of the Bible, but
sure.
The Elon Musk, whatever he does or someone agrees, doesn't agree, but give him death threats. That's it's
terrible.
So unacceptable and ridiculous. It's just are my ears malfunctioning? But it's just a part of today's society. It's the people who do that are just
it's despicable.
They're amazing.
It's absolutely despicable. You shouldn't have to do that. Oh, and part of the Bible, David, I want to give you something to think about. Is Donald Trump is bringing peace to the Middle East and reunifying Jerusalem. Is there a piece of the Bible that explains somebody who's like that?
Well, ultimately, it's Jesus, the present king. I mean, no, he's just part of the worldly leaders who I think he's trying, but man cannot bring any solutions, even though they try. So
that's
maybe
true.
We agree to disagree, but that's
we shouldn't wish death on each other. At least let's agree on that one. More Apolitical Talk Show after this. Thanks, David. Appreciate your call.
Here.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by Sky Rizzi. The Kane County Coroner's Office releasing significant data on veteran suicides. Between 2020 and 2024, suicides in Kane County totaled 224, with 13 veterans among them. The peak year 2021 seeing 5 veteran suicides that year. A tragic accident early Monday morning. A 69-year-old pedestrian struck and killed by multiple vehicles on Route 31 at Miller Road in Dundee Township. The man wearing dark clothing was hit by a Chevrolet Cruze, an Acura, and a Cadillac, all driven by local residents. While the driver stopped to assist, emergency services responded quickly. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. College of DuPage inviting the community to explore careers in health sciences March 13th from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Attendees can engage with faculty, tour the state-of-the-art labs, and participate in hands-on demonstrations at the Health and Science Center in Glen Ellen. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 16, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
This is Larry Jones, and I'd like to talk to you about my bank, American Eagle Bank in South Elgin. Has your bank changed names in the last 10 years? Is your bank another faceless branch with headquarters in another city? Are you tired of earning next to nothing on your savings account or certificates of deposit, or does your personal banker treat you like a stranger? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you're ready for a new banking experience, and American Eagle is the place for you. American Eagle is a locally owned independent bank that's rooted in the community, and American Eagle customers are greeted by name and treated with the respect that they deserve. American Eagle has an innovative program, Eagle Savings, that teaches your children to save while earning prizes and rewards. American Eagle offers great rates on certificates of deposit. My bank is located in South Elgin on Randall Road between the Target and Caputo's and is open Monday through Saturday. Give them a call at 847-742-7400, and a real person will answer the phone. American Eagle Bank, a place where you matter.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 31, with temperatures rising to around 33 overnight. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 56, and temperatures falling to around 50 in the afternoon. Looking ahead to Saturday, sunny with a high near 31. Currently, it is 42 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Lowe's knows that free is just better. That's why MyLowe's Rewards is free to join. As a member, you earn points towards MyLowe's money on eligible purchases, get exclusive free gifts, and earn free shipping at Silver Key status, all on top of weekly member-only deals. Don't wait. Join MyLowe's Rewards for free today and start saving more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Welcome back to A Political Talk Show on WRMN. I changed my scenery. I got the things behind me if you're looking on the YouTube. I am broadcasting from the Illinois Media School. Sorry I didn't tell you earlier, friends, but that's where I am. The lighting I don't like so much, but that's why I built this studio to move with me.
Nice.
That's it. Sorry. So if you want to check out the background that's here, this is what you can use. We're building this studio for you, the students, potential students, all of the people that need to grab up their Pell Grants before they expire. As we went through the first episode, or the first hour, we went through the budgetary bill that is on our podcast. Unless you're listening to the podcast and then it's the hour before this podception that just happens when you're listening to a podcast that's talking about the podcast being posted.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an inside joke for podcasters. Thank you. Appreciate it. But jump into it. Find us on your favorite podcasting platform, not just A Political Talk Show, but now new, brand spanking new, 4 episodes deep is Somebody Knows Something. Just crest the top 10% podcast produced by the River Media Network and the gentleman sitting at Studio 14, that is Bendemonium Boquest.
Hey, yeah, and it's all about paying it forward. And in that spirit, we had a couple visitors last hour as I was sitting here producing and wrapping up some loose ends, editing video and posting podcast, things of that type of nature. And we've seen these guys before. They come by and give us these awesome bags of kettle corn. It's the Ignite Center. And what they're doing, it's a free 1-year discipleship home. Check them out at ignitecenter.com, especially if you're maybe between living situations. Maybe you're in a rut. You have addiction issues or anything like that. Check them out, Ignite Center. And hopefully we'll be able to get them in here, book them for an interview the next time they're in town.
That's great. You'll see them walking around downtown Elgin quite often. If you want some of the literature, they did drop it off down at our place at Studio 14. So if you are interested in seeing that or jump into the Ignite Center, what's the URL on that one, buddy?
It's not on here. Just Google Ignite Center. Ignite Center? Oh, here it is. IgniteChicago.org.
Hey, there you go. They help out a lot of different youth in need and a whole bunch of just those. It's hard to kind of get your footing as a single person. Like like we talk about the community aspect of it. And if you don't have a community, it's really hard to kind of get into a community, because you're just a stranger in the side. The Ignite Center does help you get the foundation that you need to actually maybe turn your life around or get a little bit more comfortable in. I guess I don't want to necessarily be a well-functioning human, but it helps you get that leg up if you are struggling and kind of need that little extra push and maybe even just a little bit more motivation. The Ignite Center in Chicago is where to go.
Nice hand up. A nice hand up from the Ignite Center. And also delicious kettle corn. So
Oh, the kettle corn, of course. That's the super bonus.
That'll be coming home with me, specifically.
Icing on the cake.
Very
so
nice.
what do we got next? We just talked about the first constitutional crisis. Please don't tell me there's another one.
I think it's persistent.
Oh, okay. Well.
In many ways. But here's another instance of Protection Bureau being gutted, which is supposed to help the citizenry. This is from the evil APnews.com. No, just kidding. From APnews.com.
I just signed the contract, man, and you're calling them evil already.
Oh, I mean, I guess it has to be the something. You can't just let a 100-year-old news organization be unbiased. You got to paint them as something. But from APnews.com, seriously, I think I've read more from AP than any other place. So
great. They're also, I believe, sitting at centered bias now.
There you go.
With always high factuality. Adfontesmedia.com is best place to look for your media grades.
Yeah, they're no Newsmax, but either way, this is the article that they put out. It's called entitled "The CFPB Drops Its Enforcement Lawsuits Against Capital One, Rocket Homes, and More." This is out of New York. The Consumer Finance Protection Bureau has dropped several enforcement actions against companies like Capital One and Rocket Homes just weeks under new leadership and turmoil at the agency caused by orders from the Trump administration. In notices of voluntary dismissals filed on Thursday, the CFPB dropped lawsuits it had brought against Capital One, Rocket Homes, Vanderbilt Mortgage and Finance, owned by Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, and others. So those suits were all filed under the agency's previous director, Rohit Chopra, who President Donald Trump fired just weeks ago. The CPFB has since plunged into turmoil, with the White House later ordering it to halt nearly. The administration also closed the agency's headquarters and moved to fire scores of its workers. Trump has defended his administration's broadside against the CFPB, including recent claims about the agency being, quote, set up to destroy people. The supporters of the agency stress that it provides crucial oversight and protects consumers from being vulnerable to predatory business practices. Trump nominated former Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation board member John McKernan to be agency's new director, who faced Senate committee hearing Thursday. So I apologize for not being able to read that straightly. But okay, back into a little story about history about the CFPB. The CFPB is tasked with creating rules and taking enforcement actions to protect consumers from unfair, deceptive, or abusive practices by a wide range of businesses and other institutions. Since its founding, the Bureau has said that it's obtained nearly $20 billion in financial relief for U.S. consumers in the form of canceled debts, compensation, and reduced loans. Legal action from the CFPB often involves banks, mortgage servicers, credit card companies, student loan processors, payday leaders, money transfer providers, credit reporting agencies, and debt collectors. Salt of the earth. That was me at the end, adding that in there. But so what say you about this action?
Well, I wish it was done with the budget and what it's doing right now. This is, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, all these cuts, they're so detrimental, they're there. But Congress has the right to cut it. And it's up to us to either reward or punish them in the next election cycle for it. So if they decide that they don't want the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, then they will do something like is in the budget process right now of removing $1 billion from the Committee on Financial Services. They're the ones that are supposed to, I guess, control or organize the CFPB. Now, the biggest thing for me is the CFPB has been dropping a lot of lawsuits as well, along with a lot of these other Doge cuts. So what we're starting to see is everybody's starting to kind of back off from those investigations. There's been quite a few investigative generals, like first example, Health and Human Services has been going towards, or the FDA side of that is going towards Neuralink. They have they had a lawsuit. I think it's been dropped already because all the turmoil. But the investigative general was going after Neuralink about improper testing, and I think there was also a chemical issue that they were talking about as well. The FAA, the Inspector General, was actually going after SpaceX as well because of a few launches that rapidly disassembled, let's say, without a unplanned rapid disassembly is what they call it. It blew up. It exploded. And it exploded so much and so high, there was a whole bunch of planes that had to be diverted for everything. And it was because that they were off course, and also they were only supposed to operate with, or not, the rocket was off course, not the planes. The planes were supposed to be where they were supposed to be. So I think this is another one of those things of let's get rid of the inspectors, or let's get rid of the protections, or get rid of the regulations, and then we won't have to worry about breaking laws anymore if we get rid of the people that do it. And I don't know if this is like something they took from the first Trump administration with Bill Barr, because that is absolutely Bill Barr's MO, is why don't we just cut the legs out from it? If you get rid of the AGs, or you get rid of the people that are down at the bottom, or if you pardon the people down at the bottom, then they'd have no reason to even testify against you anyway. So I don't know. I would much rather see things go to court like they're supposed to, and then prove your innocence on that, as opposed to just getting rid of the agency and then not having to do it. But I do think that consumer protection is going to go down as far as banking goes. They've already started to put in legislation to remove that $5 cap on overdraft, and they've also, just to kind of run down my laundry list, they've also put in there's a proposed bill to reinstate the cap or to remove the cap on $35 insulin as well, and also remove the 10 the 10 pharmaceutical drugs that they are now allowed to negotiate. Only 10 out of 30,000-40,000 different drugs that are out there.
Yeah, that was too nice for us.
Yeah, no, only 10 of them, but you can't have that anymore. So I think this is part of it too. I think we are starting to see this Ayn Rand type of laissez-faire. Like I say laissez-faire in my sarcastic quotation marks, because we still give money to SpaceX. We still give money to Tesla. We still give, so
brand new stuff coming in too.
Where's the laissez-faire side of it? What'd you say?
There's brand new talks of contracts between Musk companies and the current administration too.
Yeah, the FAA.
Mm-hmm.
SpaceX is trying to take FAA contracts. Even then, I think even as early as today, we've seen Doge on X begging for air traffic controllers to come out. Wasn't it just 3 weeks ago? It was we don't want you. Take the separation and take a hike. Now 4 weeks later, it's please, please, please come back. I mean, I get it, man, but how many times do we have to see this? How many times do we have to see, oops, turned off the Ebola protection?
Yeah.
How many times do we have to see that before we're like, okay, maybe we should slow down a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
And the issue is we've got 4 years, not 4 more weeks, not 4 more days, 4 years. You are burning your long game so that you can achieve your short game right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's happening is the razzle dazzle, the ooh, look at me, I'm standing up giving a PowerPoint presentation to the entire cabinet. And I think CFPB is another one of those victims. And honestly, CFPB goes down, I think we will also feel those pinches.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll feel them in fees of maintenance fees for your bank. So if you're not in a credit union, get one.
Yeah.
As I would suggest right now, get in on a credit union.
Yeah, mine is like a little bit mad at me right now, but they're still like hands over what I love. I'm head over heels in love with my credit consumer, my credit
If you're a veteran, you can jump into Navy Federal Credit Union. That's a national wide bank as well, and or credit union rather, not a bank.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I think maybe you kind of move towards is back to maybe those shared type of things. But CFPB, I think, is just the latest victim of Doge, and I think it's going to finally hit the coup de grace or the end of it in this budgetary bill is what it's going to end up happening. Which honestly is where it should have been put to rest to begin with, instead of all of this extra work. I mean, it's $1 million a day to get these guys to do these things. Like that's what we're running into right now. It's $30 million a month that we're spending on Doge. And we don't know where that goes because there is no oversight on Doge either.
Yeah.
The fact that the president said if there is a conflict of interest, then I'll step in on it. Okay. FAA, SpaceX. Hello, conflict of interest, anyone?
Mm-hmm.
The conflict of interest calling. Ring, ring.
Yeah. Well, I've got an article from CBSNews.com.
Hey, CBS, I like them.
About the very same thing. Elon Musk's Starlink in line for deal with the FAA, rising potential ethical concerns. So Elon Musk's Starlink satellite internet service could be part of the Federal Aviation Administration's plan to upgrade the nation's aging air traffic control systems. Starlink's internet equipment is being tested in at least 2 different FAA facilities. Starlink is also preparing to take over a $2 billion contract currently held by telecom provider Verizon, the Associated Press reported. Starlink, which is owned by Musk's SpaceX, provides satellite internet access for residential and business customers. It bills itself as the most advanced internet system, providing access to users in remote locations. The FAA does not currently rely on Starlink to power its aircraft control systems, which monitors more than 45,000 flights and 2.9 million airline passengers per day. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That is absolutely a conflict of interest, man.
Yeah.
SpaceX has been rewarded over $20.7 billion in federal contracts. We did it. You and me, we paid for SpaceX.
Yeah. And honestly, like up to this point, fine. Like,
yeah, until he got his fingers in it and said, oh, you know what? Let's break the FAA and then replace it with me. It's exactly what we said at the beginning, Ben.
Yeah.
Is if I want control of what you or if I want control of everything, then I put incompetency in the other places. So planes start crashing into each other, near misses, start firing people where there is no oversight anymore, or we get rid of the lawyers in the FAA that keep drunk pilots out, and we deregulate the safety board on it, and then all of a sudden this bad stuff starts happening, and then I'm able to come in as a knight in shining armor and say, well, I've got a Starlink that will fix all of this. Brother, you broke it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's eerily quick acting with the downturn and everything. And from my perspective, it comes down to, like, you know, is SpaceX / associated companies already not the number one government contracted company?
Oh, well, Elon in general, the companies that Elon Musk gets. So we're talking SpaceX, Tesla, the Hyperloop, all of these different things that with subsidies. I mean, honestly, if the Democrats didn't subsidize Tesla back in, what was it, like early teens, right? Is when it was absolutely struggling. It was about ready to fall apart. Then what they did is they decided to put in it was the buybacks. If somebody bought a electric vehicle, they could then sell their carbon emissions back. So there was they put together a regulation to where each company could have their own set of how much carbon they could put out into the world. And then what they did was, if somebody ran leaner on pollution than somebody else, they could sell their pollution cap to somebody else who over pollutes. And so Tesla was under it. And so what they did was they then sold their pollution. I can't necessarily remember what they were called, but their pollution extra or level subsidies or what have you to other companies that polluted more. And that's what kept Tesla on the line. I mean, you can't design a car for the better part of a decade and only sell like maybe 100,000 of them and think you can maintain a business. Have you seen a Cybertruck? I hope
there's
you're
actually,
not.
Interestingly enough, there's one right outside of the studios right now.
Get out of town.
No joke.
Get out of town. I'm sorry, listener in the Cybertruck. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's just at that point where it is a conflict of interest, man.
Yeah. My thought, or my really thought with that question was, like, if you took a pie chart of the companies that have these government contracts, how big of a chunk is it that you could point directly to Musk having?
It's quite a bit. I'd have to look exactly at it, but I think recently SpaceX got, I think it was like $31 billion in the most recent contract that's there. And then it's also looking at doing the FAA space side of it.
Yeah.
And I hear you, Ken Husky. Radio's Ken Husky over there on the YouTube side. I wear a watch that tells me when my heart rate goes over a certain thing. My heart rate usually stays under 100 beats per minute. I'm usually at a resting rate of about 60, 62, somewhere around there is my average. Now, I'm watching some Walking Dead or something like that. I might get up to 70. Look out. But no, for the most part, yeah, I sound animated and everything else, but I want to make sure that I maintain my nice zen for everything, my political zen. But I appreciate you watching out for me, man. I don't want to it vibrates when I do get too crazy.
That's cool. I like that.
Oh. Yeah, you need that sometimes. Thanks for those news articles, buddy. That was a good rundown there.
Yeah. Well, we got one more if you want.
One more, okay.
One more
quick,
bad story. This is about unemployment right now. And you know what? Okay, yeah. I don't have a lot of time to get through this, but I'll try. APnews.com again. Thanks, guys. Number of Americans filing for unemployment benefits rises to 242,000. Highest level in 3 months, they say. Applications for U.S. jobless benefits rose to a 3-month high last week, but remained within the same healthy range of the past 3 years. The number of Americans filing for jobless benefits rose by 22,000 to 242,000, for the week ending February 22nd. So what do you think? Over or under? Are we getting more or less of that?
Oh, way more, way more, especially since we've got this Committee on Education Workforce that needs to get rid of $330 billion out of their budget. So, you may not get those unemployment checks for too long, or you may not get them at all. It is something that's there, and I hope they're looking at it, but from what I've been seeing, chainsaws don't care about your feelings, right? Is that what they said? No. Something it's like facts. Yeah. Thanks for listening to Apolitical Talk Show. That's Ben Demonio and Bo Quest. I'm Dennis Sonar Green. You've been listening to WRMN 1410. Find the podcast out there in the world for the Apolitical Talk Show. We will be right back.